drivers themselves have to do it. But, yeah, Maxxis guys, they don't cut these tires at all.
No, they don't. And saw him last night. They had their triathlon event last night, and he said they were busy all day long with tires all day long. And that right there on screen is Mr. Rusty Pipes. He is a former sprint car racer. I got to sit and chat with him for quite a bit yesterday. Super nice guy. I've never gone.
How do you make that transition from sprint cars to?
He's been racing for quite some time, and that right there is the number 57 of John Calligrew. We have the 323, I think is what the number. It might probably be the 222 Jacob Frederick. It's kind of hard to see the numbers right there. There's the 57 again of John Calligrew on screen. Another great family that we all got to sit and chit chat with.
Yeah, with a postponement of, or I should say cancellation of practice yesterday, gave us an entire day to walk around and kind of talk to the driver. And, of course, when they finally did cancel practice, I want to say it was, what, 11:30? It was 20 minutes later, the sun came out.
I know. I know. Great little battle going on screen right there. The 43 of John Barube.
Hey, we got Lauren Healy watching from Crandon, Wisconsin.
Awesome.
At the Ultra 4 USA event there this weekend.
Thanks for watching, Lauren. Good luck
Lauren.
out there today for yourself. Look at the battle on screen there.
I think he qualified second, if I remember right, if I read it right.
On screen is Jacob Frederick, and I cannot make out that other number.
Hey, as we often do all throughout the broadcast, if you're watching us from home or wherever you're watching us from, let us know your location, who you are, who you're cheering on, and we'll do our best to call you out. If you have any questions for Pam or I, we'll do our best to answer those questions. So let us know. Let's start right now. We got, 29, 30 people, I think, watching us early on in this broadcast, so let us know.
And on screen, that is Robbie Ellis, the number 84, that is battling it out there with Jacob Frederick. Super awesome. They've been going neck and neck the whole entire heat race. But right now, let's go ahead and go through. We have Rusty Pipes in the number 1 position, Derek Steven in the number 2 position, John Barube in that second. We're waiting for Mr. Lee Knowles to come on by, and there he is right there on screen. He just crossed over the finish line. They have 2 laps to go here in the Heat 1 of the Round 6 of the Side-by-Side Championship Series out here at Mid-America Outdoors. It's a great weekend here. Right now we have people over on the hill watching, but later on we're going to have Mud Nasty, $100,000 payout to race in the mud. That is something I've never heard of. We are going to have the pit bike races out there as well, but we do on screen still have Robbie Ellis and Jacob Frederick on screen. They're battling it out the whole entire race. That makes it fun, even though this is just their heat race, and tomorrow we will be racing the main events. It's all about where you finish and where you start and where your gate pick is.
Well, and the thing is, even though we had 2 different starts, it's the same race.
Exactly.
It's whoever has the fastest lap of the race, not so much where they finished.
Exactly.
So we're going to have a winner of the heat race, obviously, yes.
Yes.
But it's the fastest lap time going into tomorrow that gets the pick the best gate.
Exactly. And there's Mr. Lee Knowles right there. He is leading the amateur turbo class.
Here's one for you. What time is Mud Nasty from Tamra?
I believe it starts at 3 o'clock today, is my understanding. So, we're going to be live.
Until 11 o'clock tonight or something like that?
We'll be live for Mud Nasty today. So make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be awesome. I went up there, checked out the course the other day. You were up there too, Scott, watching a quad do a test run to see how it was going, and it's going to be tough. I can't wait to see these guys go out there and battle it out in the mud. I mean, right now on screen, we're battling it out in the mud, though. There's mud puddles on the other sides of these jumps. The course later on is going to be really awesome for the Pro Turbo class. I mean, they're getting all the water out of the way right now.
Well, we got a lot of people checking in. We got Spring Miller checking in, cheering on Sean Murphy from Wildemar, California. I know you remember where that's at.
Yep.
Also, cheering on all the Scraping By team and support folks from here at Fort Bragg. And I'm only assuming that you're in the service, Frederick, so thank you for your service, and thank you for tuning in and watching us. And then Beth Sevier says, let's go Lane Yeager. He'll be racing in the 170. So we got some fans that are tuning in right now, anticipating the next race is coming up.
Yes, it's awesome to have you guys tuning in for sure. We love seeing you guys comment and everything.
Oh, Jim Marsden checked in.
Oh, Jim.
Our buddy
all
from
the
the
way
UK
over the
who's
pond.
actually is at Crandon right now, getting ready and tuned up to call the Ultra 4.
I know. I told him not to
USA
get too
races?
comfortable talking with Miles.
That's his first time ever in Wisconsin, to say nothing. First time ever at Crandon. And hopefully, Jim, you're still there. We'd like to see if we can do a video call, or at least a audio call with you and give us an update of what's going on there with the Ultra 4s.
It'll all depend on timing and when we're busy and he's not, or vice versa. But on screen there is Mid-America Ambassador Mr. Lee Knowles going through that whoop section. And that right there is where he makes the right-hand turn. Then you go up and you kind of do it's like a kind of a jump, like you can just see he did a step up. Left hand, then they go down, and when they go down that hill, they go into this left hand, then that right-hand turn. I know, I keep saying the course and you guys are watching it, but there is a really, I always say it, that off-camber jump. That's right there, I think, is where a lot of people make it or break it on certain.
Isn't there a split lane up there, too? Just
no, there's not a split lane up there, but there's well, yes, there is. Some people use the bank.
Uh-huh.
And when there's a battle going on between a few cars right there, that's where I think it makes it or breaks it.
Going up that hill right there.
Nope.
Turning, no. Then turn left there. And coming down right in here somewhere, there's like that split lane.
It's right here in the bottom, in the bottom left-hand screen is where that split lane is. And when there's two cars battling it out, it's awesome. You can see, I love it when the drone shows us a footage from above, because you can see the whoop section on the right-hand side. You have the off-camber turn on that left-hand side. And I love seeing all the people over here already on the hill watching. We're going to have a great crowd out here this weekend. There's a mixture of off-roading out here this weekend between everything else that's going on.
Well, Misty Stevens just checked in from 5 miles away. Really? She's got her husband and her son racing, and she's 5 miles away.
You know, you talk to parents of kids, and some of them are, they can't watch. Like they do not want to watch because that makes them too nervous.
I can see you being like that.
No, I'm not like that at all.
Well, that'll take care of the first race of the day, heat racing. Again, there's two races that were out there at the same time, same class, but with so many cars, you can't run all of them at the same time. So we'll look at the lap times. The officials will, and that will decide the starting lineup for tomorrow, or I should say gate picks for tomorrow going into the main event.
Well, and the number 57 of John Calgrew, he has the fastest lap of that race just now at a 2:04.991.
And no one's even close. Wow.
2:08 is the next time, and that's Jacob Frederick.
Wow.
So that's a decent time right there. Next up off the line is going to be our Vet 40-plus NA class. So they're going to be taken off the line here in just a moment. We're going to have 8 cars in that class. We have Rick Schroeder, Jeff Johnson, Tom Rich, Will Harris, Everett Boodle, Mike Buckafusco, Chad Mayo, and Austin Sides. So we have 8 cars that should be taking that green flag. And now a lot of the water and the mud has been kind of moved in a pushed out a little bit.
Well, outside of, like you said, the backside of the jumps is where there's still some standing water, but outside of those areas, this track is almost in perfect condition.
Exactly.
It really is. And it's only going to carry over. And with no sun out, we got heavy clouds, but they're elevated, so it's not like a fog. It's keeping the sun out. There's a little bit of a wind, but with the sun, and it's not hot.
And there is moisture in the air still, though.
Yes, and there's just a slight mist. Not enough to turn the windshield wipers on, but there's a slight mist. So I don't see the track changing a whole heck of a lot for the next 2 or 3 races.
I don't either. And, here we are off the line right now. There is our Vet NA class.
This is a new camera view for us. It looks like they changed a few things up, and now we can see the whole start from the right at the drop of the green all the way through turn 2. So this is very cool.
So that is the 003 of Mr. Will Harris that just got that whole shot. And that's points leader Chad Mayo in that second position. So he is leading the points in this class.
And we have 2 rounds of racing after this weekend, so it's coming right down to the nitty-gritty.
And Chad Mayo just took the lead over Will Harris off of that Talladega turn. Later on, we'll have to talk about Chad Mayo's car, because it's not racing only in this race today, but it'll be in a couple other races as well. So right now, out in front, we do have Chad Mayo. Second position, we do have Will Harris. That's a brand new car for Steve. There's the mud on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah. Unless you've gone out and done a hot lap or something like that, or a warm-up lap,
and you
would know it's there.
And Will Harris, that's a new car he just finished building. Another really nice guy out here. He was out here at Visions as well. So we have Chad Mayo, Will Harris, Austin Sides, Tom Rich, Mike Buckafusco, Jeff Johnson, Rick Schroeder, and Everett Boodle. It does not look like Everett Boodle took the green flag. Oh, we have somebody on their lid right there. And
it's in a slow part of the course. It's in a slow part of the course. So
that is that off-camber left-hand turn I keep talking about. It's a very awkward. You have to really take it easy right there. And
I really don't think there's any.
I believe that's Will Harris. He is not out on race course right now. So that is Mr. Will Harris.
I don't see any kind of damage to the car because it was such a slow, soft rollover.
But you never know.
So he might be able to get back on its wheels and back underway. This is a little right, just under or just over a 2-mile long course?
It's just over.
So if the track could get there in time, they might get him out back on the lead lap.
And they are getting him flipped back over. We can see in the background, but on screen we got an awesome battle going on there.
This is definitely a tear-off day, though.
So Mike Buckafusco just came through the start-finish in that second position. Austin Sides, and then Tom Rich and Jeff Johnson. They're the only ones that have came through for lap 1 of this 4-lap race. And right there to the left is Barbie Jeep. We have Barbie Jeep this weekend. At night.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be pretty cool to see it lit up on the hillside.
Here's the scary part. When you look at the Barbie Jeep hill, when you get down to the very bottom, there's a little bit of a lip. It kind of launches everybody up into the air into that big muddy pond.
Yes.
When you're coming down to that Barbie Jeep, you hit that lip. You can't see where the water is.
No.
You're kind of like falling into an abyss.
There's Will Harris, I think, at the bottom of the screen right there. It looks like he might have a left rear flat, possibly. And on screen, Chad Mayo there, points leader in the Vet NA class.
Well, I got to thank my wife. Hopefully she's listening. But I got to thank my wife because she tricked me into and made me get prescription glasses a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. I'm still getting used to them, but I can see the monitor now.
Oh, how funny. That's funny. And then on screen right there, that's great. Again, the drone footage that we can see from above. There's that little creek crossing. These guys can jump it. I mean, all of our cars can jump it. The 170s don't go that direction, so they don't have to go through that. But it's a cool little fun jump right there, and obviously there's water in it because of all the rain yesterday.
Yeah, did you see, were you down here at all yesterday during
nice
the rain? It was like a little rapids.
It was nice. I had a little river running through my pit. And you can still see right there some more mud. Chad Mayo going through it, and in that second position.
How many different things does Chad Mayo race? He's still racing moto.
He does the pit bike racing.
Oh, so you got tricked off bike too. Holy smokes.
So Will Harris is back going right now. He is a lap down in the heat race. Chad Mayo's coming down where the HMF hole shot is. So on race day, on the main events, whoever gets that hole shot gets a little extra bonus from HMF. And most of these people out here do run the HMF pipes, so it's pretty cool if you need a new one, if you break one or whatever. There you go. And that is Chad Mayo again right there with Will Harris. They just went through the Talladega turn.
Yeah, he's not following that form that us old guys recognize as with age comes cage. That's for sure.
Yeah. And right here is the exit of that whoop section. Obviously, Will Harris's car is not too badly hurt, and he does not have a flat like I thought.
It's not hurt at all because he's actually gaining on Chad, unless Chad's got maybe some issues. Because even though the engine's in the back of these things, the radiator itself is kind of up high. So these things might be collecting a little bit of mud in the radiator and maybe getting a little on the warm side. I don't know. But
So our lap times right now is a 2:11.802. That's the fastest lap time in this heat race. Our last race, that was the last lap. 2:07.473 was the fastest lap so far.
Yeah,
so
nobody's even near
3
Chad
seconds.
With that.
Well,
Yeah.
and John Calligrew had a 2:04 last race, so 3-second difference between race 1 and race 2. But again, race 1 was a turbo class. Got a little bit of a breeze. That would have been nice to have out here at Visions.
Yeah, let's enjoy it while we can. We don't know how long it's going to last.
Yes. You can see people over there staying under the cover, but there again on screen, Chad Mayo.
I'm telling you, Pam,
Will
it's
Harris.
almost like there's so much going on this weekend here, all the different kinds of racing. The only thing that's missing that we had at Visions is RC cars.
Oh, RC cars and Ultra 4.
Ultra 4, yeah. But there's just, it seems like it has that feel like there's more actual racing going on this weekend than we had at Visions.
Look at that. Will Harris just lost his his left rear tire. That's what I thought.
You were watching, you were watching that one.
Oh, I thought it was flat earlier, but obviously it was not flat because he just went flying off of his car, as you can see on screen there. And he had just made the pass on Chad Mayo. That's unfortunate, even though he was a lap down, but that's just unfortunate that just happened to him. You can see, I mean, we always talk about like the drone footage doesn't do justice for us, like on hills, like how steep hills are and stuff. But for this kind of situation with the track conditions, it shows you how perfect it is because you can see where the moisture's at, where the puddles are. I'm really bummed. I'm really bummed for Chad or for Will Harris right now.
Yeah, Chad's not nearly as fast as he was the first few laps.
Well, I mean, if you're leading the points and you're leading the heat race, why push it?
Well,
you want to get to the main event.
But then there's that, but then there's also, okay, you lift a little bit, you kind of lose that rhythm.
Right, I totally
break
understand
that rhythm, and all of a sudden that's when crazy stuff happens.
Well, like I was saying, his car's getting used multiple times.
He started slowing down, I think, about a lap or two right before the incident with
Will Harris.
Will Harris, yes.
So we have lap times. We have Chad Mayo in that number 1 fastest lap. Mike Buckafusco in the 2nd fastest lap. Tom Rich 3rd. Austin Sides 4th. Jeff Johnson 5th. Rick Schroeder 6th. And Will Harris in that 7th fastest time here. So we shall see if Will Harris will be able to fix his car for the main event tomorrow. The mud is packing in on these cars, so it's hard to see their numbers.
We haven't touched it is this. It's a clay. It's kind of a weird sandy clay situation, but it sticks to the cars.
Right.
At the end of the race, even though it's only 4 or 5 laps, at the end of this race, these things are probably 200-300 pounds heavier than when they started. That's a lot on these shocks, on the springs. These are shocks set up for the first part of the race or getting ready, preparing for the second part of the race to handle that added weight. So there's all these different things that these guys are playing with, and it means a lot when it comes to picking that gate come tomorrow for the main event.
Yep. So Austin Sides, Jeff Johnson, and Rick Schroeder, they were kind of doing a little bit of a battle the whole entire race as well, as you could see on screen. But next up is going to be the 170 limited class. This is the 9 through 12 age group.
Yep, and
go ahead and go through the
here we
lineup.
go. We got they're all Polaris except for 2. And the Polaris is Avery Sides in the 56, Miyakato in the 91's a Polaris, Caden Graham in the 57 Polaris, Paxton Yoshimoto in the 228, Connor Stowers is in the Polaris in the 112, and let's see, Kennedy Singleton in the 71, B.A. Smith in the 52, Damian Shamblin in the 37, and Case Beeman, our current points leader, in the 3C will start in the 9th position.
And we saw the kids were out there practicing. This is my favorite class because they are the future of our sport. And they have such a passion for getting out there on race course.
They're such little cars to begin with. So when they go zinging by you, most of them, all you can see is their knuckles on top of the steering wheel and like the top, like the peanut shell part of their helmet on the very top.
That's true. That is true on some of them. But this is, I mean, I love all of the racing and all kinds of racing, but in all of the different racing series that we travel to and we work with, the 170 class is always my favorite because the little kids are so cute, and I always call them the little tiny tots. The parents, I love like conversations with them, and It's so cute to try to interview these kids, though.
Oh, I love to watch the parents that have the spotter radios on, and you can. What's really neat is when you've got your dad, the spotter, and the young one out there on the racetrack, and you see dad say something, and you see all of a sudden the car react right away. That kid's listening to his dad. You know,
Yes.
go to the inside, go to the outside, whatever it may be. That's what's neat to see.
It is.
And watch the parents sometimes is almost as much fun, if not more so, than watching the kids on the racetrack and watching their reactions to what's going on out there.
I agree. It is, and it's just awesome. Like the kids, the future of the sport. It's fun to see. They have such a little passion for this racing, and you go up and you talk to them. How long have you been racing? And or how old are you now? No, like 9-year-olds. How long have you been racing? Oh, I've been racing since I was 6. Or like little tiny tots out there starting their racing career. But a lot of kids, their parents.
How long do you think it's going to be before we see Gayla and Jason pony up for one of these things to get their first grandkid out on the track?
I don't know. We'll see. But we do have going out for the race. 9 cars will be out on the track. Now, they do cut down the track for the 170 class because they don't go up the well, they actually do go up right at the base of the Talladega turn is where they make their hairpin left-hand turn. But they do go over and go across that 80-foot tabletop jump. That's not, obviously, they can't jump that whole entire jump, but it's fun to see them get air because, for us, when we're out there racing and we see the cars flying and, landing on the other side, and then these little guys get out there and they get off the ground like, a foot or 2 foot. They like, oh, did you see me jump? I love hearing the conversations between all the kids out there after the race. It's so fun to hear them talking about it and what they did or what their favorite part of the track is. But they are getting all lined up. As you can see, the parents have already made their way down to the spotters area.
No, that's actually right on the edge of the track.
It is.
The spotters for all the other classes are up here on the hill or various areas off the track. But the parents for these classes
and
can actually go out on the track to a part that's not being used, and the green flag is out. Here we go. They get the long straightaway into turn 1.
And this is where, they're filtering down into a smaller part of the track. They do know that they, have to hold their lines. That's where parents are telling them, like you were saying, inside, outside, you have somebody there. They'll react or they'll stay right in position. But right there is the base of the Talladega turn that they're making their hairpin left-hand turn. I'm not sure exactly how long this race course is when it's cut down. We should probably get out there and do a little test run so we know that. But on screen is where that tabletop jump is.
We got Amber Turner and Kimberly Smith both going, go Avery.
Awesome. Avery Sides, and that number 56.
Yep, he started on the pole. Not too sure who it is, but it looks like one of our racers out there has his buddy or a little brother that's spotting for him.
All right, and that is
that Mia?
Miss Mia Cotto that just came through in that number 1 position. Kennedy Singleton in the 2nd position. Case Beeman 3rd. Caden Graham 4th. Connor Stowers 5th. Avery Side 6th. Damian Shamlin 7th. Paxton Yoshimoto and that 8th position. That does not look like B.A. Smith took the checkered or the green flag this morning. But on screen there, that is Mia Cotto that you see with Kennedy Singleton behind. And Case Beeman running in that 3rd position right now in the 3C. He is the current points leader for the 170 limited class 9 through 12 age group.
Boy, Mia's really pulled out a lead right now. And these things, limited horsepower, there's not a lot they can do, but so it comes down to setups.
Right.
It comes down to the springs, comes down to the clutching, comes down to the tires, the right tires, believe it or not. And this racetrack is super abrasive. It really can eat up these tires.
And this is the 170 limited 9 through 12. This is a novice/expert class. So So that means they've either been racing or they've had some kind of racing under their belt.
Well, here's the area where Mia's in right now, that tight left-hand 180 just past the finish line.
Did you see all 4 cars? Did you see all 4
Yeah.
cars just went through?
That's probably the tricky part because water stays there. It doesn't drain out anywhere.
Right.
So if they go way outside, it's drier. If they cut way down inside, it's kind of wet, moist, and actually muddy. So it's cool to watch these drivers figure it out on the next lap. Okay, it didn't work here. I'm going to go to the outside there. Kind of thing. So that's really neat to see these kids. It's almost like from here, you can see the light bulb go off. They got it figured out. Okay, next time.
Yes, and on screen, that is Mia Cotto. Just did that 80-foot tabletop jump where she just went through. You know what's another really cool thing about the kids is, you know, their friends at home and school are watching. That's Kennedy Singleton right there on screen.
What were you saying?
But they have their friends at home from school watching, the ones that can't come.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun to see that. And, the grandparents, the family members, the family friends that are at home watching. We thank you guys for watching the live stream and cheering on your little tiny tot friends and
well, the other
family
thing that's
members.
cool is they'll be out there on the racetrack, these kids, and they're beating and banging on each other and rubbing fenders and sometimes roll over and all that kind of stuff. The race ends. 5 minutes later, they're out there playing catch with a football or chasing each other around on their bicycles. They're just out here having fun.
Look at the battle going on right there between the 112 and the 112 of Connor Stowers and the 56 of Avery
now
Sides.
watch this turn. This is what I'm talking about. One goes, well, actually, 3 of them all go to the inside, which is real muddy.
And that is the 228 of Paxton Yoshimoto right there in the mix as well. So this is the first jump on the big track after they come through the HMF hole shot area. Then they turn right, and that's the first jump. The kids, same thing. That's their first jump of their course. And can you see all the water in the middle of the racetrack right now? All drains down there.
I hope my buddy the turtle mate is still hanging out down there.
Your friend from Visions.
Yeah. I'd say he was kind of lost heading in that direction.
You took him back home. All right, so we have Mia Cotto right there on screen. You can see the drones falling. That's the race line jump right there.
Brendan Williams checked in. Good job, Mia. She ain't quite there
Mia
yet.
Cotto just took over, let's see, she went through a timing loop.
But
the fastest lap of this race right now is set by Mia Cotto at a 1:16.230.
Oh, again, no one's even close. Wow.
Yeah, Kennedy Singleton's about 3 seconds behind Mia on time.
Well, she just took a checkered flag, so Mia's on her way off the track.
Yes, they did 4 laps, so the heat races are 4 laps each. Case Beeman, let's see what he comes through. He is the points leader right now in the 3C. His fastest lap time was a 1:22.387 so far. We'll see if he picked it up here on the last lap.
So Avery Sides ended up finishing in that 4th spot. Just want to let everybody know that's at home watching, Kimberly and Amber.
And remember, if you're at home watching this and you want to watch the live timing, you can do that at mao.livemotorsports.com. That's where you can see everything that we are talking about on scoring. Make sure you're staying live watching us all day long here today. We're going to be doing all of the heat races, and we're going to be live later on for the Mud Nasty event, and that is definitely going to be a nasty event. The name is perfect.
They should swap the words on that as nasty mud.
Nasty mud. No, it's definitely going to be a little extra soupy up there because obviously the rain. They probably didn't have to fill the holes up too much.
It's going to be kind of cool being a part of Tripp's world.
Yeah, right, exactly.
When he knows what the heck's going on, what he does, that's going to be neat.
It's awesome. Well, it sounds like we're going to go to a commercial break while they get the next race all lined up, so we'll be back right after this.
no matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzillas definitely are second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
And welcome back, everybody. We're here at Mid-America Outdoors. I'm Scott Rain once again with Pam Hall. And Pam, you've been like the walking encyclopedia this morning of the world's most useless off-road knowledge. No,
Oh,
just
gosh.
kidding.
It's not useless because the people at home want to know this information.
But no, we were like probably 1/3 of the way through racing this afternoon, and it's been pretty fun so far.
It's been a lot of fun. It hasn't been pretty fun. It's been a lot of fun. So we are headed into race number 4 for the morning, heat 4, I should say, out of our 15 classes we will have out on race course today. And this class is the 170 limited class, the 6 through 8 age group. We have 13 cars that should be taking the green flag. I do know for sure we have one minus this morning. We'll get into that later on. But we have Stefano Calagru, that'll be out there in the number 85. Tucker Berza in the number 44. Points leader, current points leader, Code St. Peter in the number 63. Tanner Thompson in 21. The 111 of Easton Helms. 86 of Harper Willis. 8 of Slade Dowden, who will not be taking the green flag this morning. We have a 47Y of Maggie Flores, the number 11 of Luke Anderson, 135 of Bentley Fagan, the 98 of Blaine Singleton, the number 7 of Jace Buzetsky, the 356 of Camden Ledbetter. So we have 12 cars that we know for sure will be taking the green flag this morning.
You kind of mentioned about a little story about Slade. There was an incident yesterday here in the pits. The kids are out having a little bit of fun. Well, Slade had a little bit of an accident. Currently, he's watching the live stream, I guess, in the hospital.
Yes. So
and he
needs to get well. Grandma was over here giving us some.
She was up here giving us hey, make sure talk about.
No, she was just giving us information on how he's doing, which is awesome. But get well.
Yep.
See you back here next round for round number 7. That'll be happening at the end of this month. So. We were talking earlier, we have 2 more rounds left. So we have round 7 at the end of September going into October, and then we'll have our Legends of the Fall that's happening.
I'm looking forward to that.
October 29th weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have
That'll be the last round also for Ultra 4 USA.
That is our finals for everything. That is the finals for Pit Bike, for any of the hill climbs, for the Pro Rock Series, Side-by-Side Championship Series, Pit Bikes. Side-by-side champion. I mean, it's just going to be another weekend, consider a
slot machine of off-road racing. Just pull the one-arm bandit and just watch all the reels spin, and one pops up. Okay, it's a short course. Okay, another one pops up. Oh, it's rock racing. Oh, another one pops up. It's all kinds of stuff going on. I can't even keep it all straight.
Yes, and you can see right now the parents are all going down to the spotters areas, and then the kids will be taken off here shortly. And again, this is the 6 through 8 class of the limited 170s.
Well, we got a few more check-ins, Pam. We got Sharon Merrick says, let's go Harper in the 86. Anthony Munsey checks in, just says, hi. Anthony, where are you from? Where are you watching us from? Also, we got Sharon Merrick checking in, going checkered flags for the 86 of Harper. Tara Hargrove is watching. And Kaylee Ware says, let's go Code.
All right, and they just took the green flag.
A little bit of a different sound. A little bit more limited in what they can do to the cars. But, man, for 6 years old, 6 to 8, these kids are letting her rip.
Yes. And then, again, the Tiny Tots. And you mentioned the cloud coverage earlier. The sun is now out.
It's starting to peek through, yep.
It'll dry up just a little bit.
I think it's going to dry up pretty quick.
But let's see who got that whole shot. I can't quite make out the number, but that I can tell. We actually had this conversation with Code's mom and dad yesterday. That orange color stands out so much, and that's what's so awesome about making sure you do bright colors on your cars, because it makes them stand out for sure.
Camera guys don't exactly like it because it's a blaze orange, yellow, and red. digital cameras aren't big fans of.
The car that's out front, I can't wait to see the number on it because it has gold wheels and a gold frame. It's a gold chassis, and it looks to me like a cobalt blue color.
Yeah, it actually looks kind of cool.
I think it's the 44 of Tucker Berzo, as you see here in just a minute behind us. Yes, it is. That is Tucker Berza in that number 1 position right now with Code St. Peter right behind him. Easton Helms in the 111. All 3 of them are running really close. They went into that turn past the start-finish line.
Yeah, Nana's checking in.
Neck.
Nana's checking in. She's go Harper, and then Melissa Helms, go Easton. So far, it's all women checking in for the young ones. It's like, okay, guys, where's grandpas and dads and brothers and uncles and stuff? Oh. Nice tight racing up front, first and second.
That white car on screen right there is not going to be white very long unless they have some magic potion on there that keeps the mud off. Some people have a magic potion, as I call it, that keeps all the mud off of their cars. Right there is a number 7 on screen of Jace Buzetsky. I know I'm not pronouncing his last name right. Or do you think I am?
No, somebody will let you know if you're off. At least that's been my experience of the past.
Now on screen there in the number 1, 2, and 3, Tucker Berza, Code St. Peter, Easton Helms battling it out on screen.
Kind of surprised Code's not exactly.
Not yet.
You know.
And he races in multiple classes too. So
that's why I brought it up. I got to tell you, Tucker's looking really good, having a great run this afternoon. And
Code is the current points leader in the 170 limited class 6 through 8 age limit.
Damn. I think he's the points leader in every class he's in.
Well, we'll get to that.
I'm just saying.
Got my homework here.
He's that good of a little driver.
He is. He runs a modified class as well, so he's a points leader in that one as well.
He's a nut in the modified. Wow.
I wonder if these kids are having fun driving in the mud. I know the parents are not having fun having to clean it up. But I did see a lot of kids going through earlier when they were cleaning their cars after they came off of the track. So Code St. Peter right there and Tucker Berza on screen.
Yeah, you can see in the upper left-hand corner the running order right now of the top 5, actually the entire field. Berza still maintains that top spot. Code St. Peter second, Helms, Anderson, Thompson on the top 5.
Going over that race line jump, you can see there. And right there in that corner where they're turning right hand, that is where, right there you can see, that's where the parents, that's where they spot from. They have to stay in that spot. There's an area that they have to stay in that they cannot go across the track or anything. So there's always a spotter's area for short course, and that's where they sit. Well,
the family members are listening at home when I just got corrected. Brenda Willis, thank you so much. Uncle Rob and Aunt Mina they're all also watching, supporting Harper in the number 86.
Oh, and look at this. Tucker Berza and Code St. Peter. Code is actually off a little bit. Not sure if something happened or if he just got off pace. But he was going in for that pass and didn't quite make it. And then went off the side just a little bit. But look at everybody right now. Tucker Berza is getting ready to start lapping cars. And right behind him is Easton Helms. And Easton is actually passing Tucker right now. So he saw an opening, got past him, and they're in lap traffic as we speak right now.
Boy, I guess they're all over the course. And then look at Code. He goes way to the outside. Looks like he found something.
Okay, so it looked like something had happened, but he's back on it there.
Yeah. He had lost, one position at least just a moment ago, and something happened where he found power again, got back underway. Not only did he pass all the lap traffic that was in front of him, but also he made a pass for position they lost when he was under power.
All right, then just now Easton Helms took that checkered flag. Code St. Peter in the second position. Tucker Berza third. Tanner Thompson should be coming through in that fourth position, but right now we have 1, 2, and 3 in and completed their fourth lap.
I don't know how we can check this to make sure, but I think that was the first race that Code did not win this entire summer. I thought he was undefeated.
We would have to go back and look, but
So
yeah.
That's kind of a big thing. Yeah.
You can do, if you guys want to check out anything with the racers, you can go to the MAO.livemotorsports.com and you can go through and look at the past races, look at the results. You can actually do that from our website at Mid-America Outdoors. You just go in and click on the side-by-side series, and that's where you can find points, results from past races. But we do have Easton Helms the #1 position, Code St. Peter 2nd, Tucker Burrs the 3rd. Luke Anderson actually came in that 4th position, and then Tanner Thompson 5th. Tanner Thompson is a Mid-America ambassador as well.
I think that was Willis right behind.
Harper Willis. Stefano Calagru. Very young, very, very nice young man. Very well spoken. He was over talking the other day. Him and his sister both actually race. Dad's racing later on as well.
So what do we have next, Pam?
Next up, we will have the 170 stock class. They should have 15 cars that will be taking the green flag.
Yeah, here's our lineup for that. On the pole, gate number 1, the number 3 Polaris of Westland Coates. Carson Hills roll alongside in the 126. Paxton Shamblin starts 3rd in the 37. Addison Calagru in the 85 will start 4th. 5th will be Atlee Yashimoto in the 612. Our current points leader in this class, Carson Summerfield in the 09. Caden Vanover starts 7th in the 22 Polaris. Haiti Cowan in the 121 Polaris. Actually, this entire field is all Polaris. Starting 9th in the 113 will be Bear Medlin. Alongside Bear will be Blaze Medlin in the 122. Aiden Ballinger in the 2011 will start 11th. Charlie Thomas will start 12th in the 35. Rossi Thomas in the 5R starts 13th. 14th will be Emily Fowler in the 723. And Ryder Thomas will start 15th in the 6R.
All right, we're going to have a guest come on in here.
He's way too clean to have just come off the track. I don't know. We were bragging about how muddy it was. These guys are surviving the race, and he's actually pretty clean. Here, let me step aside.
All right, give you your headset there. Mr. Lee Knowles has joined us up here in the booth. Lee, you just came off the course a little bit ago. I believe you. Did you have fun out there?
Yeah, I wanted a little closer look at the track when I came down the hill, so I let the car fall on its side so I could look at the dirt.
Just make sure there were no ruts there, right?
Yeah, no ruts and rocks, anything that might, hamper somebody else out there.
And you're getting ready to go on course here in just a little bit again. You're
race
the points
11
leader for the amateur turbo class right now. Mr. Lee Knowles is also a Mid-America ambassador. A great guy out here. You have quite a background of racing yourself. Tell us. I know later on we'll go through it because we did our videos yesterday. But
a few years in the dirt. Racing in sprint cars, raced mini sprints since '94, and
no, I got that. When she brought that up earlier this morning, I'm like, how do you transition from sprint cars to off road? I mean, that's. I've heard of pavement to dirt to pavement, that kind of thing, but never, when you're basically what I call 2-dimensional racing,
right?
In a sprint car. You've just gone 4-dimensional.
I got to blame Rusty Pipes. I mean, he's the one that got me hooked on the side-by-side. We got out of the sprint car racing. It was just getting too far to travel. I mean, we've traveled all over Louisiana and Texas and Oklahoma, but it was just getting too expensive, and things changed in our lives, kids going to school, college, and all that. So he bought a side-by-side, and we broke ground at Oak Hill playing with it there, and I rolled it there too. So
you wanted to check the course there too.
Yeah, that's it.
So next up we were going over. We have our 170 stock class coming up next. The little kids out there racing, isn't it such a great sport for them to learn to drive, learn etiquette of driving? And what do you think about the little kids being the future of the sport?
I love the little kids because they're the future of the sport. And if we don't have them, we won't have racers next year.
Exactly. Yeah, and then they come on track and race with you.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah, your boys.
I just sensed a little hint that there's not a sign, there's no horizon of a retirement in the future at all.
No.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Nope.
God gives me the will to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Dare I ask how old you are?
55.
Oh, that ain't bad.
I didn't think that. Yeah,
Doing the speed limit.
I find that hard to believe too, though.
Yeah,
No, racing is left for a race course, right?
that's it. That's it.
Now, Lee, when you look at the state of I'll call it the state of the union, but the sport as a whole right now, doesn't matter if it's a Midwest off-road short course series or in the West Coast or in the Midwest or a part of here at Mid-America. What do you think the status quo is as of right now in the sport?
The side-by-side, I'm seeing it growing like crazy.
Yeah.
It's expanding, and every time you turn around, there's another series or another track or whatever out there. It's just
New
growing.
people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it about Mid-America that keeps you coming back here?
Everything. I mean, oh my gosh.
I knew that was coming.
Like I said, we've raced all over, and there's been nothing like this facility. Nothing.
All right. The first wave of cars just took that green flag, and I believe that is the 121 of Haiti Cowan that just took that #1 position. These cars are so small. Obviously, the numbers are a lot smaller on there as well, but it's fun to see these little tiny tots out there like we were saying. I was saying to you earlier, I love all of the racing, but the kids are my favorite.
Yep.
Because, you've been doing it for years. You have a passion for racing, but these kids have a completely different passion right now.
I still get butterflies, and I can only imagine what's going through them.
Right?
You know.
Right? Yeah, it's super, super cute to see them. So today's race, do you have any strategies going into it?
I can't tell you that, Pam. I mean, your son's racing with me.
I'm
I
not-
can't tell you
I
that.
don't have any communication. It just depends if he's at home or out in
She's
the pits
got her
watching.
radio directly to that car. Tape
Yeah.
it right the corner right here. So
I
as soon
know.
as you leave,
I know.
I had a talk with him before I left, so yeah, we'll see. But no, it's a lot of fun. But strategy, you went out this morning, or did you not go out on the course this morning?
I did not do practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So that probably bit me a little bit because of jumping out there
It's
right
okay,
off
you're not
the
the only one in your class. Trust me.
that
I know a
rolled.
couple people didn't go out there. And
Oh, okay, practice. But the vet class gave me my practice that I needed running it.
there you go. So we have Carson Hill in the 126 that came through in the #1 position so far. Haiti Cowan second. Westlin Coates in that
Hey.
third.
Pam, I think we got a little smoker out there in our lead car. That's something you don't see in the 170 almost ever.
Well, I saw that going on over there at the start line on screen earlier. I think it's just warming up. I'm not sure what's going on, but the second wave of cars just took the green flag as well.
I
So
see a
we're-
little blue hint of that smoke. That's not good at all.
No.
A total of 15 cars should be out there on race course right now.
Oh, and it's getting worse.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, we shall see if they
I
just
sense a
continue
learning
on.
situation for a young driver coming up. So what's the track conditions like this morning? Is it good?
Nice.
Good
He saw
Tacky.
firsthand.
it's
Yeah.
got a lot of bite in it, more than I expected. So that's why I kind of had a little slide over coming down the whole shot hill, and then I did a bicycle at the top of the Daytona hill up there. But everything else was fine.
It looks like it's really good out there. We were saying,
is.
like, the drone is showing pristine track conditions. On the other side of the jumps, though, they're especially outside of the whoop section. There's that big pedal.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
I hit it.
You did hit it. You hit it.
Yeah.
Got that one. No, that's definitely a nice little pedal. I think that's really the only pedal out there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the only one I
I
found.
think
And
you
there's
landed in it directly in it, kind of sideways, and she kind of made a ooh kind of gesture when
Yeah.
like first or second lap, I think.
yeah, there's a little slick spot over here on this side. When you get set up to this corner, it'll kind of throw you out.
Oh, we got Mr.
Rusty,
Rusty.
come on over here,
coming
man.
in.
This
This is going to be a
I'm
good
gonna step
time.
aside. We're gonna get Rusty Pipes, both these guys
Come
in
on
on
in.
this.
This is going to be good.
I do not get
So we'll have to have you and Rusty help me call the rest of this 4-lap race here with the kids going and give us some fun little insight here out there on course. Welcome, Rusty.
Good morning.
How are
Good
you
afternoon.
today?
I'm doing great.
He kind of was like blaming you for getting him into the side-by-side racing.
Okay. Yeah.
And we all talked yesterday, obviously, and you were saying that. But how was the track out there for you this morning?
Oh, the track's really in great shape. It really is. It's got a few holes, but hey, we all got a race on it. We're all in the same boat there.
We're saying that later on you guys are just kind of clearing the mud and the water right now. That when the pros go, the track's probably going to be perfect.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how it always goes.
100%. The track will be great. It'll probably get a little dusty later on today, but not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
The the crew out here that does the water and stuff like that take care of it.
Yeah, they do a great job out here. Gus has an amazing job. Look at that on-screen passing going on there.
Good battle.
I can't quite make out their numbers. I believe that is
one of them's on the inside.
I believe that was the 22 of Caden Vanover. It's really hard to see their numbers. You guys, we were saying earlier, your guys' numbers are bigger because of the bigger cars, and these guys are smaller. And I love it when the drones, they do get in, try to get it to us. 15.
Those drone guys, how about them? Holy smokes.
Oh, our drone
Look
guys
at
are
this.
amazing. Oh, that is the 5R
Got a
of
little
Rossi
smoke
Thomas.
screen going on.
So Rossi Thomas was the one that was out front and got the whole shot earlier then, because that's the one that was, throwing the smoke. Has been doing that since the beginning of the race.
It
has
has
been doing
okay.
that, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you tweak these motors, We run them to the limits out here.
Right.
This track is good for low speeds because you got your 180s, turn right back, so you slow all the way down, and then that's got a full run.
Exactly.
So let your motor have full potential. A lot of driving skill takes to go out here.
We were discussing earlier, like, there's a driver and then there's a racer. And I've never really thought about it, but in reality, that's kind of true, right? I mean, yeah, everybody is out there racing, but are you a driver? Like, there's a difference between somebody that's like a driver and they don't need the coaching and this, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know the saying.
So, in my opinion, I believe that everybody starts off as a driver, and then they obviously want to become a racer.
Evolve.
No matter to what degree.
There you go.
You're always going to be competitive, even if you're being competitive in 5th or 6th place. Like, it's still a race. You're still trying to make yourself better than the person that you're battling against.
True story.
You see people out there and they're just as passionate in 7th and 8th place as the guys that are winning. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? So they're just as passionate. So are the sponsors. So are the people that are supporting them.
All right, it sounds like our leaders
Yep.
just came through. It looks
Taking the
like
checkered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carson Hill got the checkered flag.
Wow.
Wesleyan Coates in that number 2. Caden Vanover in 3rd. Haiti Cowan 4th. Paxton Shamblin in that 5th position. Addison Calligrew in the 6th. So the kids are the future of the sport, Rusty.
Yes.
Lee
oh
and
my
I,
God, there's
yeah.
so many of them.
What is this, like your favorite class to watch?
Well, I'll tell you what. I love seeing the kids when they come out of the cars. How they're just happy. They're ready to just go on to the next venture. But this is just so much. It makes them so happy to be in this sport, just to be in this type of sport. And the parents that support them. Wow, my hat's off to the parents. They really are dedicated, and it really is an awesome
And
idea.
it's like we're saying, we have a passion for the sport, but the kids, it's a completely different passion.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a different excitement, and to see them and talk to them after they come off the race course, it doesn't matter if they did bad or not. They still had fun.
Yeah.
They're all winners.
Exactly, and it's fun. It's my favorite class to watch. I love watching y'all race,
I
but
understand.
the kids are my favorite.
Yep. And the good thing about this sport and this location and whatnot is look at the number of the young kids.
I know.
This sport is going to, it's already exploded, but look at the kids that are in these things. This is the future of our race right here.
And look at how many different 170 classes we have. We have multiple 170 classes.
Goodness, look at that.
I know this is another 170 class. This is the modified class that's getting ready to come on up and do their race or their heat race today. But this is the class where they step into it. The modifieds have a little bit of work done to them. And
I'm not for sure about what that is.
I have the whole rule books over here, but I'm definitely not going to go through them.
Modified means they tampered with the motor to some degree.
There's certain restrictions that they can do, and I mean, it's a modified class, but
and I bet you if you're in a modified class and you're going to try to be competitive here, that whatever that limit is, you're going to get there. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to be up against it.
That's correct. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're going to have a total of 16 drivers out there this morning in the modified class.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is awesome. The step up, the next step for them will be hopefully into the Youth 1000 class and then on to amateur classes. And
like your son, Hank. You know, he started in the 170s, right?
He started in 170s on the West Coast when he was 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, my. Go, girl.
Stepped into a
That's awesome.
RS1 at 10.
Really?
And now he's racing against this guy at 14.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
And what an awesome driver.
It's pretty cool, but you're
Send him
probably
over
got
to my camp. I'll give him a couple.
tips. Well, he made sure he looked at the course really closely earlier. So
yeah, I got down there and looked at the dirt.
Oh, that's right. He tipped over. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. That's great.
he finished.
Yep,
He did
I did.
finish.
Yeah.
Boo, give me some 5 on that.
There you
Good
go.
job, brother.
There
Way
you
to
go.
make it.
I'll-
They say get up off that horse. When that horse throws you off, get back up on him.
Exactly. Well, I'll let you guys get
Thank you,
back to your
Pam.
Thank you
pits.
very
Thank
much.
you for coming and chatting.
Thank y'all for
Come
what
up
y'all
here.
do.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank
Y'all
you.
do an awesome
we
job.
wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for you guys.
Thank
So
y'all.
we're going to
Oh.
bring Scott back in, but good luck later on, Lee. Thank you.
I was just going to be funny and get behind you. You know what I'm saying? I was going to get behind you and go. No.
All right, so we are going on to our 170 modified class. Up next, 16 cars that will be taking the green flag. We have our current points leader, Code St. Peter, who just came off race course earlier. He will be out on race course in number 63. And then we'll have Michael Green in number 75, Avery Sides in the number 56, Tanner Thompson, another Mid-America ambassador, in that number 21, Grace Howard in the 24H. Quaitlin Arnold in the 106, Lane Yeager, 85, the 47Y of Maggie Flores, the 14 of Savannah Buzeski, the 52 of B.A. Smith, 57 of Caden Graham, the 538 of Briley Lutz, the 71 of Kennedy Singleton, 36 of Riley Jones, the 103 of Elliot Thomas, and then the number 3 of Waylon Coates. Yes, sir.
Pam, look who's watching us.
Hey, Billy.
Billy Champion.
Well, they have it on over there as well, but
Well, he checked in, though.
he's
We
not.
caught him.
He caught him, but no, he's not always right over there because he is race director. He has to, oversee. Sometimes he's right up above us over here on top of our
Yeah.
production trailer because you can oversee the whole entire track and it's a great view. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, Billy.
I gotta check in. I gotta catch up on here. We got Lauren Price, who's checked in. Says go Briley. A little further back, or a little while longer. Carly Coates. She loves Waylon. Myra Longcrier. Way to go, Caden Vanover. Boom, Carson Hill. Mimi loves you. From Penny Sherwood. Misty Cohen. Good job. Tara Hargroves. Way to go, Carson. Penny Sherwood. Woot, woot. Carson Hill. Do I really
Gotta get the
make
whip
those
whip
sounds?
in there. Yep.
Penny Sherwood. Go Carson Hill. Pam Chandler. Good job, Luke Anderson. And how about this? Hopefully he's still listening. J.P. Gomez is watching us.
Oh, JP.
Yeah, hopefully
He
you're
just
there.
won the NorCal Rock Racing
Yeah.
Series championship, I believe, last weekend on their final round.
And then we
that they
actually got
had.
someone brave enough to tell us they're watching from Stroud Lake. From the lake, they're watching us.
Oh, nice.
So, Brian Dervin, hope you're having a good time. And then Linda Carter says, go Linda Carter, go Briley. So, Billy is still watching us. He gives us a thumbs up from wherever you're at on
Hi,
property.
Billy. Awesome crew. Billy has an amazing crew. I mean, everybody out here at Mid-America Outdoors, everybody pitches in. Billy was out the other day in the tractor that has the big sweep on it, sweeping
Yeah,
off
street
where
sweeper.
the street,
Yeah.
where the tech is at, because
What else am I going to do?
no, it needed it because.
Yeah.
But everybody pitches in wherever they can.
It's a
pitch
job
in or
that needs to be
need
done, it gets done. Even
And
though it's not in the job description.
It is that way in every aspect of everybody that's out here. Miss Gayla, Galen, Jason, first of all, thank you guys for this amazing facility for us to work at and for all the racers to come to. You guys have an amazing
Whoa,
place
here we go. First wave is up the line. I think we're going to see a little different. Yep, already. Whole shot. How
Mr.
about
Case
that?
Bayman got that number 1 hole shot. That is Tanner Thompson in the number 2 position right now. The 855.
That's Code. That's up, pulled the whole shot.
Yeah, Code St. Peter, yes. Tanner Thompson in that second one. The Lane Yeager was is actually in the number 2 position right now. Took over from Tanner Thompson.
Yeah, I remember, I think I told you this at the last round of racing when I actually was doing the victory interviews for the main events.
Uh-huh.
And I interviewed Code. I go, how about this? You think the day will come you take this car, step up and race your dad in his class with this car? You think you'd beat him? He looked at me and goes, yep.
You were talking about Code?
Yeah. And the second wave is off the line. So we got 2 races in one, but they're the same class. So keep that in mind. And again, we're going off of lap times, not finishing order.
Correct.
For tomorrow's gate picks.
Correct. So like when at the end of the race when we're saying the positions, we're just saying where they came through on the finish line, their
Yeah.
times or,
Oh, yeah.
for you at home that are watching.
So Jamie Ewing checked in. Tillman and Carolyn Claire Ewing are watching. Good luck to all.
I hope they're
That's
healing
cool.
up.
Yeah.
Tillman has a broken foot, I believe. Is that correct, Jamie? You can correct us on the live show. And Carolina Claire, something, I believe it was her arm, possibly.
That's a banged-up family.
Well, active family.
Anything that's load-bearing on your body, like a knee, hip, ankle, foot, I totally sympathize with the situation you're going through. I broke my ankle 4 years ago in 5 spots. And
hey, that doesn't sound fun. But on screen right there, that is Code St. Peter. Had a fun little talk with him yesterday as well. He's already lapping. I'm not sure what that car number is, but he's already lapping.
So Donald Tanner's grandpa is watching. That's come from Fred Thompson.
Tanner Thompson.
Oh, Tillman and Carolyn Claire both have broken feet.
Oh, it is feet. Okay. That's a bummer. Well, hopefully they're healing up well, and we'll get to see all back out here again.
Granny and Papa watching from the Singleton crew, watching from the CT Raceworks. Daniel Adams and Angela and Haley both check in.
So Tanner Thompson, Mid-America Ambassador, he came up and raced the Sturgis race in the 170 class just a couple weeks ago. On screen through that race line jump right there, we do have a battle going on. And I believe that is the 75 of Michael Green.
So I'm trying to, there we go.
That is a 36 of Riley Jones that was just on screen in the white car.
You saw 36 in that?
I did see 36. I hope I was right. I saw 36.
I felt like a bobblehead trying to, focus in.
Code St. Peter just now going through the start finish. They are doing 4 laps. He just finished his 3rd lap, so he would have got the white flag just now. This is modified class. Definitely the lap times are a lot quicker. On screen right there is the 8:55 of Lane Yeager.
Yeah, the sound is a lot different. The way these cars handling is a lot different than what we've seen in the other classes that look like this.
Yes.
And the speeds are way different. Right now, the fastest lap of the race is, let's see, how do I go down on this?
Fastest lap of the race right now is Code St. Peter at a 108.291.
Caden Graham is not far behind with a 108.6.
Definitely.
Wow.
I think that's the closest time gap we've had so far this race.
Yes. In any of the races.
So the 47Y of Maggie Flores and the number 3 of Waylon Coates did not take the green flag this morning. But Code St. Peter should be coming through, getting that checker flag here in just a moment. And there you see it waving on screen. Tanner Thompson should be coming through shortly after. And what a race they just had out there for their heat race for round 6 of the Side-by-Side Championship Series. Lane Yeager should be coming through here in just a moment as well. So Tanner Thompson, his time was a 1:13.529 was his fastest lap time. But right now it looks like Code St. Peter has the fastest lap of the day in Moto number 6 at a 108.291. But by position coming through, getting the checker flag, Code St. Peter in that number 1 position. Tanner Thompson, the 21 in number 2. The 8:55 of Lane Yeager in that 3rd position. Quentin Arnold in that number 106 in 4th. We've got the 52 just came through the line too of B.A. Smith. So B.A. Smith did not race the race earlier that he has entered in, but he just raced the modified class.
Well, it appears that Brittany Owens is pretty happy. She goes, Yeager's 3rd.
Awesome. All right, so you guys at home watching, again, you can go to mao.livemotorsports.com where you can see all of the live timing. You can be like us. We have live timing up on one screen going through, and then we have the live feed as well. But Code St. Peter just now with the fastest lap time. He is the current points leader in the 170 modified class. Next up, we are going to have the Expert NA class.
Yeah, let's check out some of the lineup. We got 16 cars, I believe it is. Let me double check that. 16 cars.
Yes, sir.
So here's our lineup at the line on the pole. 37 Yamaha Pac Shamblin, he'll be starting on the pole. Elena Baker, who's our current Alanya Baker.
Aliana
Baker. That's kind of like tricky on my tongue.
Aliana Baker.
And she'll start second in the number 12. Tom Rich in a Honda will start third in the 18. The 21 of Keegan Cummings will start next in that 4 spot. Fifth will be Logan Ellis in the 118. Gavin Beers will start sixth in the number 14. Reese Harris will start seventh in the 24 in a Honda. Aaron Cuevas will start eighth in the number 16 Polaris. Chad Mayo. Boy, there's a name we don't talk about very often, is it, huh? He'll start ninth in the 401. Rick Schroeder will start 10th in the 978 Yamaha. The Polaris of Will Harris, he's second race out
Well,
here.
he lost a left rear wheel earlier, so we'll see if he got his car fixed, and we'll be back out on race course.
He'll be out there. He's scheduled to start 11th in the 003. Braxton Moore will start 12th in the Honda in the 1776. The 172 of Lake Edwards will start 13th in a Honda. I don't think he's running a Polaris. I'm sorry, I don't think he's running a Mercedes. But that's the logo they got next to it. Sean Philbin will start 14th in the 614. Brandon Thomas in the Polaris in the 102. And Carson Vale starting dead last in a Polaris in the 999s.
With his long, luscious locks. His hair is awesome.
Look at this. I'm trying to bring back the old man mullet. Is it working? No, not at all. No,
I don't know.
Okay, I'm trying.
I'm not really a mullet person.
Yeah, well, I'm hanging on desperately to my youth.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, we'll say the late 70s, early 80s. I'm hanging on.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, no. So, Aliana Baker, she is the points leader in the Expert NA class. They got here a little later yesterday because of practice being canceled. And
we'll talk about this class in particular. NA, obviously, naturally aspirated, but what are the other aspects of this class?
Well, they've been racing for a long time. Obviously, because they're in an expert class. It's not a beginner's class. We have the amateur class for that. But they've all been racing for quite a while. There's a lot of familiar names in there that we've been talking about already this morning that have been in other classes. But this class is a fun one to watch. So this class, there can be some RS1s in the class, obviously, because it's an NA.
That's what I was getting at. Yep.
And, the single seats. Chad Mayo's he's in a RS1. I believe it's an RS1. It looks like an RS1. But it's definitely a fun class to watch. Their next step up is the Pro NA class, so we'll see if any of them will be stepping up next year into that Pro class.
Well, I kind of try to observe everything going on around us, not just the camera right here in front, but also what's going on around us here on the hill. And
it's
I
full.
know you know something's starting to happen when towards the mid-race of the 170s or the youth classes, all of a sudden the hill starts to fill up.
Well,
people start to park.
There have been a lot of people up here watching the youth.
Well, yeah,
so
but I mean, people.
Right.
Something's about to happen.
Well,
the
the
cars
hill
are getting
across the way.
faster, and it's just naturally how this sport is. When the pros start getting ready to come up here, the hill starts to fill up.
Right.
Everybody wants to see the pros.
Right.
You got grandpas and grandmas and aunts and uncles and the families that want to see the kids, and that there's that. But also, what sells the tickets? We all know that. Are the monster trucks, so it's the big fast guys that want to come up. The fans want to come up here and see. So
well, and another thing too is a lot of the people that are out racing right now, they want to see the pros too. So what do? They go back to their pit as long as they're not having to work on their car and stuff. Then they come and you'll see them on the hillside as well.
You'll see them, they'll pull off the track, turn around, come right back to the hill
Right.
and park, still full of mud. Yeah,
right, exactly. But
so,
this is a good class.
I'm gonna step aside here real quick and not talk about this. I want to talk about what you got going in your pits. Just real quick, I got a little bit of time. The guys are still getting lined up, so I know you don't like to
highlight
it. We're not highlighting. I want to talk about it because this is the cool part of this sport is the family aspect. Full involvement. Mom is up here as one of the broadcasters. She's raced this sport before. And
I actually raced at Visions here.
You keep saying that.
That was fun. It was so much fun. You guys have to do it next year.
But talk about what's going on in your pits.
Well, Hank is racing.
Who's Hank?
Hank is my son.
Okay.
He's been racing since he was 6 years old.
How old is he now?
He's 14. And he's racing in the amateur turbo class. Lee is, competing with him. And he is debuting his brand new to him Can-Am X3 out here this weekend, out here with the amateur turbo class. So that's what's going on in my pit right now.
And one of the coolest things that I've been kind of observing the last 2.5 days is the fact that your husband has not stopped tinkering with that car.
Oh, he won't ever
There's
stop.
Everything about that car, from a new kind of cleaner, a new kind of thing to keep the mud off, new stickers, just everything. He is constantly tweaking on this thing, and that is neat to see.
Yeah, he can't sit still. But, I mean, he wants the best for Hank and all these parents out here for their kids that are racing, and then the people that are racing. They want try to have the best out there on race course, and it's just another racer, tinkering in the pit.
It's the whole family thing.
It is the family thing.
I've always bring up the fact that this is a true family sport, and it really is, because you wouldn't know that, but I used to race in my much younger days. My mom took care of the bills and paid this and paid that and ordered this and ordered that. My dad kind of ran the show. My brother and I both worked in the race car along with help of 3-4 other guys. My sisters always watched. They were younger than us. They always watched the helmets and got the helmets prepared and all that kind of stuff. So it's a full.
It's a family
you walk the pits
affair.
and that's what you see.
Right, exactly.
You walk the pits here at Mid-America, and that's exactly what you see.
It's exactly what you see.
And that's the neat thing.
Well, and let's talk about, you're talking about family and what's going on in pits and stuff. Let's talk about what's going on this weekend. We are here for the birthday bash, the Labor Day birthday bash for Mid-America Outdoors. Last night was a kickoff concert. The band that they had playing was really awesome. I know you heard them as well. But we have today the heat races. We have pit bike racing. We have the mud nasties going on. They're actually up there working on the race course right now. Matt and Joey, who are normally up here, they are actually over at a raft out event that's going on over on the lake. And I can't remember, but I know I overheard that it's a very large number of boats. That is a huge event out on the water right now. So they're over there doing that. They'll be back later on for the Mud Nasty event. But lots of stuff going on around Jay, Oklahoma, Grove, Oklahoma, and it's always an event all over the place when we're here. I feel like there's something always going on, not just at Mid-America Outdoors, but outside there's always events going on as well.
Well, that's what's you would never ever guess that. I've been told years and years ago, short course off-road racing is the best kept secret in motorsports. Well, with that being said, I think Mid-America Outdoors is the best secret out there. In
people are finding out about it real quick, though.
Not just short course racing, but in all forms of motorsports, as well as a destination off-road park. This place is crazy. I mean, you're in North Carolina?
Yes.
North Carolina. I'm in Southern California. Who would have guessed that probably the ultimate facility to go to in the country is in Northeast Oklahoma?
Well, exactly. I heard of Disney. And I never knew what Disney was. And then
Disney to me is out there in California or Florida.
Exactly. That's my first thought. But when I heard about Disney and then coming here for my second time being here for round 2 was also a BMR event that's been going on for years over there. And I had never known about that.
I was out there and I saw it. I thought BMR, Big Meat Run. I thought it was like a bunch of guys.
I thought it was like a cookout.
I thought it was they raffle off tickets to buy for your chance to win like a half a cow or a bunch of sausage.
I didn't think that.
That's what I did.
I was thinking it was like a competition.
But the Big Meat Run are big tires, big meat on everything that's out there. The trucks, quads, UTVs, side by sides. Big meats, big tires.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds really horrible, but I didn't know about that. Like, I had never heard of it, and I know, like, a lot of people have, but...
Well, once again, we're being listened to because William Wallace goes, because Disney has trails, Mid-America has bars.
Oh, jeez. We have trails here, too.
Oh, there's lots of them. How was there, 1,400 acres here? 1,600 acres?
Yes, and now we are taking the green flag here in
Engines
just
are revving.
A minute. Well, somebody almost jumped
we're off.
The start.
First
there
wave is on the track.
There was a car almost jumping the start there. Now they are obviously doing a different course than what we were just watching. They come up, and this is where they come down to the hole shot. And we shall see who gets that. And I believe it was Will Harris in the 003. He got his car back fixed. He's back out on race course. So that is Mr. Will Harris in that number 1 position right now.
Yeah, he's making quick work of it, too, already about a 6-car length lead over second. And I think if we're going to have perfect track conditions, we've got it right now. The sun is out hard. The skies are starting to clear up. A few clouds are still remaining. A little bit of a breeze, but boy, when that sun appears, it jumps up about 10 degrees.
And Miss Aliana Baker, she's running in that number 4 position. She has that hot pink cage. Her brother, Kanan, races out here as well. And it looks like that water puddle is still there. So their second wave of cars just took off the line, and it looks like Carson Vell is pulling off to the left-hand side right there. Not sure what is going on with his car right now, but he is stopped right now, and now he's back going. Sometimes cars don't want to hold that four-wheel drive, or their power steering sometimes shuts off, but there is that Talladega turn.
Tell you, William Wallace is having a blast sitting watching it. He goes, I can hear the racing from 5 miles away. He goes, these kids are full send all day long. He's been commenting like crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you for watching. And on screen, watching there, you can see the whole entire layout of the race course from above. Our drone pilots are awesome out there. Will Harris has taken quite a lead.
Wow, look at that.
And that's Sean Philbin, Aaron Cuevas, Aliana Baker right there. She just took over 2 spots in that one little section just now.
Watch that. She could take the outside entrance, inside exit into the corner, and is able to pull it off. Yeah, she passed 2 cars right there. Yeah.
Yep. She passed 2 cars right there
in one
for
turn.
sure.
Serena Cummings just checked in. Go Keegan Cummings. And then Barbara Lacey. She's watching us from Lake Limestone, Texas. Thanks a lot, Barb, for watching us.
All right, so we have Will Harris, Aliana Baker, Logan Ellis.
Now, this is a 5-lap race, right? They upped it for these classes?
No, it's 4.
It is 4? Okay.
Yes, sir. Oh, and we
got
just had
rollover.
a rollover right there, and I believe that was Logan Ellis that just tumbled, but he's back on all 4 and kept on going.
Landed back on his wheels, but made contact with the car as it was going by. I'm not able to tell at this point who that was, but the car was able to continue on.
A 4-car battle going on right there. And that is Will Harris and Aliana Baker. They're getting ready to battle out for that 1 and 2 position. So far,
Yeah, she's got to have really close to the fastest lap of the race so far, if not the fastest. Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, so they are 3 laps into their 4-lap race already.
Yeah, I don't see, that can't be right, the 114. No, that can't be.
All right.
I think we kind of need sometime, the people just can't conceive.
All right, we'll give updates here in just a little bit when we get the timing, but on screen there, that I believe is Mr. Chad Mayo right there.
Yeah, the fans that are watching, even on the hill, to say nothing of at home, they can't
Look at the battle
feel
right
or
there.
see or understand how the obstacles are, how big
Look,
these jumps
Aliana
are.
Baker's getting ready to.
Yeah.
She's going
Here
for
we go.
that
She's
lead
doing that same
position.
move. Outside entrance, inside exit to the corner. Now she chooses to stay on the outside. Now watch for that.
Nope, the
There we
inside
go.
outside like they do in circle track racing.
Well, she's trying, but it's not there because
Not yet.
protecting that line. There we go.
There she goes. She's taking that inside line. She took the lead away from Mr. Will Harris.
Dive bomb that corner. I think Will Harris has got another problem. I think he's not saying that take anything away from.
Oh, and
our
Aliana
leader.
just bicycled up there on the Talladega turn. But it was a quick recovery.
Now she's got to just pick her line. The one she wants to go on. Don't let the car drive you. You drive that car.
And Aliana Baker is the leader of points in this class of the Expert NA.
Nice looking car, too.
She is showing us why she's the leader right now.
Yeah, that's a really nice looking car, too. I like the fact that when you look at it full of mud, you can still tell it's hers. You still know who it is.
All right, so I misspoke earlier. The lap time, it was saying that we were on lap 3 of 4 already. I didn't quite think that was right, but we are on lap 2 of the 4-lap race. Heat race, I shouldn't say race. We have our main events tomorrow morning. All right. And Aliana Baker on screen there. The drone following closely behind, or not behind, I should say above. Will Harris is trying to catch back up,
Oh, she's
though.
pulling away, yeah.
Well, she's pulling away, but he's not too far behind. There is a caution going on because there was a rollover right here behind us that was not on screen. It was the number 37 of Patrick Shamblin.
So for the fans at home that don't quite understand certain aspects of short course off-road racing, it is a yellow zone, and it's very seldom will track this size.
It's a local caution.
Yeah, you won't see a full course caution. It'll be just a yellow zone. So from the first yellow flag to just past the incident site, it's a 15 mile an hour speed limit.
Will Harris and Aliana Baker were just rubbing tires side by side going up into that first hairpin turn.
But like I say, there's a 50 mile an hour speed limit through the yellow zone. Once you get past that last yellow or the incident site, they can get back right on the throttle. And
they're in the yellow zone again because the way the course is, they're crossing by.
Yeah. The front stretch and the back stretch, we'll call it, are very, very close together in that spot of the racetrack. So that's why the yellow zone went all up the hill and down the hill till just past the front stretch yellow. Tell you, Aliana's checking out. She is on it.
And we've had a 4-car battle going on here. I can't quite see what their numbers are, but I believe it's Reese Harris, Gavin Beers, and Aaron Cuevas has a 4-car battle going on for 3rd through 6th position. Oh, and Keegan Cummings in the mix there too. On screen there again is Miss Aliana Baker. You'll see her brother out there later on in a white car with a gold chassis. Probably one of my favorite color combinations out here. There is the battle going on right there that was between the 4 cars. They just did the little step up. That's on the opposite side of the track of where we're at, over by the lake area. And yes, I believe that is Reese Harris, Gavin Beers, and Aaron Cuevas, and Keegan Cummings with that battle going on. They've all 4, see there. You can take the inside line. You have to check up just a little bit, but obviously shorter distance. But some people, they can go
try to keep the momentum up on high
on
up
above,
onto the bank.
yes, onto the
thing
bank.
Is
Chad Mayo on screen.
You won't make a pass on that spot, but you have the added speed. The pass will appear at the end of the straightaway because you've had that much longer of a run at top speed.
And look at that battle. I mean, they've been doing this. All 4 of those cars have been neck and neck the whole entire race, and it is now over. The checkered flag has been waved. Will Harris, Aliana Baker, Reese Harris, they've all 3 came through and taken that checkered flag. And look at, so Gavin Beers, Aaron Cuevas, Logan Ellis, and Keegan Cummings. They were battling out all the way to the end. That was a great race going on just now.
So Chad did have a little issue out there. Is he?
I think he was in the second wave. I'm not sure of second wave of car, but he's on screen right there. And that is Lake Edwards. That is right there with him.
Chad had a very good lap time, though, with 2 minutes flat. So that's going to definitely help him. Right behind him, Lake Edwards had a 1:59.7. So in that second wave of cars, it looks like there's 3 or 4 that are right there around that 2-minute mark. So that's going to help them their starting gate positions come tomorrow.
Not sure about the it looks like Lake Edwards just had a 1:59.773 lap time. That might be the fastest lap so far of the day. All right. Finishing up just now was the 102 of Brandon Thomas. Just took the checkered flag. They'll make sure course is all clear. Aliana Baker. Well, Aliana Baker just took the number 1 position in that heat race, and she is also the current points leader.
So our next race will be amateur. Oh, yeah, amateur NA.
Yes, sir.
So here's our lineup of 13 cars scheduled. We don't know for sure if everyone makes a call, but we're just going to go off of our lineup.
We go by our lineup.
On what is scheduled to be out there. So on the pole, starting with the Yamahas, Dakota Medlin in the 432. John Roush is out there in a Honda in the 65. Josie Watkins in a 401 in a Polaris.
Actually, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead. Finish
You're
out, and then I'll tell you
correct.
about Josie Watkins.
Well, we're right there. You can go ahead and do it.
Josie Watkins is actually going to be driving Chad Mayo's car because earlier this morning in practice,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
there was a little incident.
It was more than a little. That whole front end of the car was wadded up.
Yeah, her car is not raceable, so Chad Mayo is actually going to be loaning her his car that just came off race course,
So
and you
we're gonna
can
have a
see
little bit of
them
a delay,
on
yeah.
screen. They're
Yeah.
getting everything switched out. She'll be hopping in his car, so that's awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So, anyways, go ahead. I'm so sorry about that.
So Josie Watkins will be out there in the 401 behind the wheel of Chad Mayo's car. Loaner. Nick Slinkard in the 927 starts fourth in the Polaris. Randy Boyder in the 85 in the Polaris starts fifth. Starting sixth, another Polaris. Bree Seek in the 431. Ashley Rowden starts seventh in the 15. Blake Helms will start eighth in the 111. The 27 Tyler Johnson starts alongside Blake Rankenmeyer in the 777s. Rowdy Speaks will start 11th in the 42. Chris Adelot. It will start 12th in the 273. And Waylon Wharton will start 13th in the 55. That's what is scheduled to come out here to take the green flag in just a moment.
Yes, and you can see they're all lined up. But Josie won't only be racing right now in the amateur NA class. She is also racing heat race number 9 in the women's NA class. So she's racing 2 races in a row in Chad Mayo's car. So I did not see her car.
Wore out by the end of the weekend, huh?
I didn't see her car earlier, but Jen Mayo came over at driver's meeting and informed that was what was going on.
I happened to be up here when the car was pulled off the course, and the left front was just buckled way right underneath the skid plate, and it was pretty much a mess.
Yeah, it definitely is not a good thing when that happens. And she's running first in points, so she is the current points leader in that women's NA class. So that's really awesome that Chad offered up. Or I'm not sure how the conversation went down, but the car's been offered up. She's racing it. That is another thing right there. We were talking about family earlier. That's a race family.
Extended
happens.
family, yes.
Extended
there you go.
family. But that's just a classic example of what happens out here sometimes, for that car's going to be racing a lot. Like you just said, it's going to be worn out by the end of the weekend. So, I mean, he had raced earlier. Chad raced it. Hasn't he already raced it twice this morning? Because he's in one of the vet classes as well, I believe. So it's 4 races in a day.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a lot of prep.
You only have so much time to do a bolt run and make sure the clutch springs are all right where you want them to be and the belt in a good shape.
You know what I call that? Instead of doing all that work between the races? Run what you brung.
There's that. Yeah, run what you beat up on. Yeah, that sun's out in full salute right now.
And the beautiful American flag is over there
Ain't
waving
that neat?
in the breeze.
What a great spot.
It is a great spot.
I wanted to talk to Jason about that. How much that what he's got in that flagpole and that flag, because that's what I want to do.
At your property, your new property.
Yeah.
You won't be saying you're living in Southern California anymore here pretty soon.
Yeah, out of that.
Off the line, they now just took that green flag in the amateur NA class. We'll just see here in just a minute who got that hole shot.
They're 2 wide coming around that left-hand turn, coming down the hill. Hole shot goes to the white and blaze orange car.
It goes to Bree Seek and that number 431.
Yeah.
So Bree Seek got the hole shot, but the hole shot award does not count for heat races. It's only for main events. But what a way to practice, right?
So Dennis Simmons checks in. Goes Blake. Den and Nana are watching.
Bree Seek is already checking out.
Yeah.
You can see the battles going on screen. We got Randy Boynter up there as well. Ashley Rowden. The second wave of cars have just taken the green flag. So we should have a total of 13 cars out on race course right now. Look at the battle going on screen right there. They just came down that first hairpin off the start. They are now going into the Talladega turn. That does not do justice right there. How steep that is. That hill is very, very steep right there. It's fun and steep.
I wish this section right here, the rhythm section, that long straightaway, is closer to the crowd because there's some really neat action. I love watching suspensions work.
Well, that's why we, watching the live screen at home, you can see it.
Yeah, you see the top of the cars.
As they're jumping over. There's still some water setting at the end of that rhythm section.
No,
And
you notice
that's
something.
Blake Helms, the 111 on screen.
Our lead car looks like he's actually running what I used to call Hoosier Humper tires or our sprint car tires.
He's the lead car in the second wave of cars that came through.
So you'd think
There's
this morning
Bruce
they'd
Seek
be
on
running
screen.
we're running mud tires, real aggressive knobs on the tires, really deep grooves. And our leader in the second wave appears to be running totally the opposite, sprint car tires.
That was-
very soft rubber.
That was Ashley Rowden on screen there. Look at that. Another 4-car battling it out, going through the start-finish line. Or I should say the finish line. That's not the start line. Bree Seek has completely checked out.
Yeah, it looks like starting to lap a car. I think I just saw a little bit of dust for the first time.
Yes, there was a little bit of
So what are
dust.
we looking at lap time so far?
So far, it's saying Blake Rankenmeyer has a 134, but I don't believe that would be a correct lap time, so I'm not sure what. Oh, it just updated.
205.
It updated,
211.
so 220. So a 205.904. That is our fastest lap time so far, and that is being
209, a little bit
done by Miss Bree Seek. You can see her on screen right now. She has a commanding lead right now over second place.
You know what's neat about this
Look
series?
at, you can see right here. Here
Yeah.
she is on the left-hand side of the screen. Look at where second place is.
Yeah. You know what's neat about this series? Is the fact that we'll talk about the Cup cars in NASCAR. They say, oh, a level playing field. It's really leveled things off. Well, then you take four-wheel drive against two-wheel drive on a muddy track. Oh, it's a level playing field now. The advantage has been taken away. In this series, the women are out there racing against the guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's no need for a level playing field. They're doing it on their own.
Exactly.
There's nothing going on. The women aren't, given any kind of advantage here or there or any kind of discrepancies along that line. They are running straight up against the guys, and we're watching it right now. She's taking it to them.
She just went over the race line jump, coming through the finish line right here.
I mean, she's more than taking it to them.
And I see Mr. Chad Mayo back here watching the race. So we have the 85 of Randy Boynter and the 15 of Ashley Rowden. They are battling it out on screen right now. They just went through the finish line. They're going up into that left hairpin turn by the Barbie Jeep Hill. And they've been battling it out the whole entire time too. Bree Seek, she's in her own race by herself up there. But Ashley Rowden's trying to make a pass right now on Randy Boynter. Almost gets it, but not quite yet.
Stay on the throttle and they'll watch. Here we go.
This is where you need a little bit more skinny pedal. Oh, the little bicycle.
Wheels,
That was Ashley's bicycle just now.
Okay, now watch this. She's going to the corner on the outside, going to try to peek in the inside. Nothing there. Now she'll try to peek the inside again. Still nothing there. Now it's just a drag race down to the corner.
Well, and with the open wheels like it is, it's really nerve-wracking.
On the outside, she's getting a little squirrely. She pulled up alongside, but then got squirrely as she was just the right side tires looked like they were just barely off the track.
And I believe that's Blake Helms that's running in that fourth position. So they're running for second and third right now. Randy and Ashley are battling it out right there. They're both going fast, but that also kind of in a sense, it's not the person behind you gives them time to make up ground. So and you can see that it looks like that's what's going on.
Yeah, you can see
Blake
this isn't a matter of
gaining
drag
ground.
racing from corner to corner.
Oh, she almost gets it.
She's got to plan a pass like 3-4 corners before they get there.
Right.
To where she can accelerate, where she needs the two corners, inside, outside. So that's what she's having issues with right now. It'd be one thing if I had like 5-10 more horsepower than you, I could out drag race you. But these cars aren't like that.
And on screen there, they are right there. That is Randy Boynter in that number 1 spot, or not number 1
there
spot.
There it is.
But
She tried the inside. Still nothing there. Not quite enough speed going into the corner to carry it through. She had to tech up, but then also he's running a protected line. He's running he's doing exactly what he has to do.
And they just went over that race line jump coming into the finish line. They are getting the white flag, so this is the last lap for Ashley to make that move. And that right there on screen was the 65 of John Roush in that Ultimax Spillway area.
So if we go back to the battle for second and third, right there it is. Oh, she's going way to the outside, ducking to the inside right here. She seems to like that spot right there. But
that right here is where she needs to dive down on the inside and do that inside-outside line. Well, I'm saying what she needs to do, but I don't know. Well, I kind of do, but I don't.
Well, she's trying.
She's trying. They are very equal in speed. So right now, it's just all about their driving skills.
Well, here's the deal, too. You got spotters helping you out.
Yes.
Now she's trying the left side. Last lap, she was on the right side. They look like they almost made contact going into the left-hand turn.
Looks like
Here we
she
go.
almost had it.
Looks like that mud puddle.
And there, right there, is
broke her
Bree
momentum.
Seek. Bree Seek is almost a half a lap. Well, pretty close to a quarter of a lap ahead of second and third place.
So.
Oh, I was nerve-wracking right there at the end of that whoops section, the rhythm section.
Well, these inside-outside moves aren't working for her yet.
This has been
so
a
I think
great race.
Randy is.
Oh, that's that area right there where you can either take the inside line or the outside line.
Yeah, she's going to have to. I don't know if she might be too far back right now, but she's going to have to just.
No, this is all about Randy not making any mistakes.
She's going to have to outbrake him into the corner and then make it a super aggressive. There's our winner across the line. We go back to our second and third place.
That is Miss Bree Seek, just took the checkered flag.
Yeah, she's not close enough. Here we go. One turn remaining, basically, and she's going to have to make it happen right here. Up over the tabletop jump into that final corner. And let's see. No, she won't be able to do it. She's going to race them really clean. That's exactly what she did. She could have probably tapped this bumper more than a few times, kind of moved them out of the way like you see in cup racing, but she chose not to. So
I hear someone back here cheering on whoever.
Sportsmanlike racing by Bree, so nice job. And
I just saw the 401 Josie Watkins in the borrowed car from Mr. Chad Mayo go across the finish line. She'll just be what they have to do when they come off the track. They all have to go through tech. They have to go through and they have to get weighed. So now she just came off track. She's got to go through that tech line, come back, and get back on course because she is now going on into the women's NA class.
So Amber Baker checked in. Way to hang, Josie. Aaron Godwin gives her the thumbs up, or thumbs up to somebody. So what's our next race?
I just was going over that. Next up is the women's NA class. You don't listen to me, do you?
It's like listening to my wife. Wah, 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 wah,
I was saying that Josie Watkins just had to go through the tech pad because you have to as soon as you come off race course. And so she'll be going in line and back up. And in the women's NA turbo class is our heat race number 9 today for our round 6 of the side-by-side championship series out here in Mid-America at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma. We have lots of stuff going on. If you're at home and you're a fan of our Ultra 4 stuff as well, they're going on in Crandon. So I would suggest you get 2 screens up. Watch what's going on here at Mid-America today, and then watch what's going on in Crandon as well. Because it's the 53rd Crandon International Race. But we have some crew that are normally here, Miss Tiffany Stone and Miles Hasselquist, who are normally here at our side-by-side championship series. They are up there at Crandon working and having a good time up there. Here we are at Mid-America having an amazing time ourselves.
I'm going to try to do a phone call with Jim Marsden at Crandon to give us a live update on what's all taking place, how it's been going, how his first trip to Wisconsin, to say nothing of Crandon, for
hopefully
the World
Championship.
Championship.
Hopefully he had some cheese curds. That's one. Crandon. I've been to Crandon the last 2 years working with Ultra 4, but I have to say there's a restaurant there that I literally went to for lunch
Ed's?
and dinner.
Ed's?
No, I don't remember the
Charlie's.
name of it.
On the lake?
No, it was in town, downtown, but they had the best cheese curds. I don't know what it's called.
You're going to like this one. There's a restaurant downtown Crandon that's owned by a gentleman and his wife. She happens to be Asian. But when you walk in, everything on the walls, all Wisconsin themed. The Wisconsin Badgers, Green Bay Packers, Milwaukee Bucks, blah, blah, blah. Great pizza. Oh, my gosh.
Can I
awesome
tell
pizza.
you where there's really good pizza?
But there's also a sushi bar in the back corner.
So
a Wisconsin-themed restaurant that serves pizza and sushi.
That's interesting. But you want to know who has really, really, really great pizza? Right over there, across from Coconuts, there's a pizza trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, their pizza's amazing. So if you're out here listening, go get some pizza over there. Joe's over there working that pizza trailer. And then we have the Legend Steakhouse here. I know that they've been busy. Chef Don's been over there super busy, but got really great food here. No, nothing. The only thing I miss up there in Wisconsin, Crandon, is the cheese curds. That's my favorite. I didn't eat cheese curds for lunch and dinner every day, though.
No.
I'm not going to admit if I did either.
Well, there's deep-fried cheese curds, and then there's fresh.
They're deep-fried.
If they're fresh enough, even deep-fried will squeak in your teeth.
No, so next up we do have the women's NA class. We have 11 cars taking the line. Miss Josie Watkins, who is in Chad Mayo's car, is leading points. And it's we have Paige Lukenmeyer in that number 1 position in the 806. Brooklyn Singleton in 17. The 505 of Michelle Potska. Michelle, I need to get your name right. I'm so sorry. I'm going to call you Michelle right now. She actually helps out over there in tech as well. Then we have the number 15 of Ashley Rowden, the 401 of Josie Watkins, the 431 of Bree Seek, 774 of Shaylin Broker, 314 of Katie Thomas, the 528 of Leslie Yoshimoto, the 10 of Haley Boodle, and the 8A of Elisa Graham. So we will have 11 cars taking that green flag here in just a moment. But it sounds like Mr. Scott has Jim Martison possibly going to try to do a call with Jim Martison up in Crandon.
Okay, here we go. Well, everybody, I have Jim Marsden, whose hometown is just outside of London, England. He's in Crandon for the first time ever with the Ultra 4 Series. And, Jim, how's Crandon going for you, man? How's the Ultra 4 racing going?
It's absolutely fantastic. It's so special to be here in Crandon right now. The whole thing, the big house is quite exceptional. The racing's awesome, as we expected, and we've got a real showdown tonight. We go out onto the live course tonight. We've got the rugged ridge and also Rage on the rocks. If you get a chance to log in and watch the live show, please do. It is going to be spectacular.
Well, Jim, we've actually had it on in the restaurant over here at Mid-America. And you know what? I can't wait till you get to come here and check this place out.
I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that either later this year or definitely next year, that's for sure.
Awesome. Well, Jim, I miss seeing you and Miles as well, and you guys have fun. Crandon's amazing. I'm glad you got to go experience it. I know you were wanting to, and here you are.
Yeah, no, likewise. I mean, we wish you were here, but we've all got things we've got to be doing, and I hope to be able to join you very soon.
Awesome. Well, I know Scott's got it.
Jim, I got one question for you. This is not Ultra 4 USA related, but what did you think the first time you saw Pro 4s going around that racetrack?
Yeah, looks like sorry, I missed that. My internet's not that great. Say again.
What did you think the first time you saw a Pro 4 go around turn 1 at Crandon?
The hairs on your arms stand up. It is just absolutely spectacular. There's nothing else like it. It really is incredibly special. I'm really looking forward to the World Cup races later today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, man, I'm looking forward to seeing your broadcast, all the Ultra 4 classes. Enjoy yourself in true northern Wisconsin Americana. Hopefully you have time to tune into what we got going on here at Mid-America Outdoors, man. Have a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, you guys, for your hard work, and I hope to catch up with you very soon.
All right. Bye, Jim.
Cheers, guys.
Well, once again, that was Jim Marsden, yeah.
Jim's a great guy. He is an announcer out at King of the Hammers. He races Ultra 4 Europe, and he's a king of Europe.
Well, he's like the UK's version of Lauren Healy or
Right.
Shannon Campbell. He is the man when it comes to
Exactly.
Ultra 4 racing in Europe.
Yeah, super awesome. It's that was awesome to get him on the call to do that. And when he said the hairs stand up on your arms, I was like, when you said turn 1, I got goosebumps. Like watching turn 1 is something that I think everybody needs to experience in person sometime, because it's really cool.
Earlier this morning, you heard me talk about short course racing is the best kept secret in motorsports.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that from somebody very, very powerful at the time. This was back in the late 90s, I think it was. And Herb Fischel, who was with Chevrolet Race Shop at the time, he signed Jimmy Johnson. He signed Dale Earnhardt. He signed, Senior.
Mm-hmm.
He signed Jeff Gordon to Chevrolet, to their contract. He's the first one to ever do that. Well, we were at Victory Lane at Crandon, and I was working for ESPN2 at the time, and we're all waiting for the winner to come up to the podium, and he's talking to somebody, and there's all kinds of white-collar sponsors there waiting for the big celebration, just like you see on NASCAR. And Herb Fischel was the guy that was talking to somebody else and actually said to one of the sponsors, he goes, without a doubt, short course off-road racing is the best kept secret in all of motorsports. And I'm telling you, I've said that for so long, and it's about damn time. With the help of Mid-America Outdoors, I think we're on the cusp of exposing short course off-road racing to the world.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, the whole short course everything. I mean, and we were talking with Lee earlier, and you were asking him about the growth of side-by-sides. Every single off-roading racing series, the side-by-sides is the fastest growing class. And like he was saying, every time there's, new race courses or new series, that come up, and new racers every time, not every single time, but a lot of times there's new racers every single time that you show up to a race. But it looks like we're going to try to get you guys a little sneak peek of the Mud Nasty area. We have a drone up in the air and possibly going to go on over and see what that looks like over there, because they've been working hard. I keep seeing them digging in deeper and deeper, but we have track crew making sure right now our track is all cleaned up and ready to go. But it looks like we're going to get some drone footage here in just a minute. We got another guest coming in.
Really?
You called him out.
I told him to stay home. We didn't. No.
Look at this.
Come on
Hold
over here,
on.
man.
Wait a minute. Look, a water truck. There's a water truck out on race course.
We discussed that last night.
Well,
Hey, it's Max's Dave up here joining us. He is the tire guru for all the guys out here.
There we go. Really
that are
quick.
running.
Look at that. You guys at
That
home,
looks- I don't
you're
know what that-
missing out. That
What
is
does that
where
look
Mud
like?
Nasty is
I don't-
going on.
I can't describe that.
That looks sloppy.
It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like a sloppy mess, and I cannot wait to see it. I wish I could compete in it.
You know what the best part about watching that is?
From a distance.
Look at that.
Is you're not in it.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're just digging in deeper. And you know what they do up there as well? They have two lines. They have a line for the big wheels, and I don't know what they call the regular
Here's the other
ones.
thing. In those mud puddles, I don't know which one in particular, in those puddles, they're like 4 or 5 feet deep.
That's what I'm saying. They're
And
for the big
they
wheels.
drop big all honking tires in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's implement tires in that water. So when you think you got like a nice smooth bottom,
So that is where
There
we
might
had
be
the
some.
high
There might
area.
be some buggies in there from last time.
what's that dude's name from Detroit that no one can find from the mob?
Oh,
I
Jimmy
know.
Hoffa.
Yeah, I wonder if he's up there.
Oh,
He could
goodness
be.
gracious. You guys. No, Gus and his crew, they have been up there working on that every single day to get it to where it's at. I can't wait to see it, because in a way it's kind of like a monster truck style, because
Kinda, yeah.
where we're
They
looking at right
launch
now, where
in
they're-
the middle, they
yeah, where-
launch into the air before they go down in the mud.
where the red dirt is, they're going to start side by side, and then when they get to the ends, then they're going to branch off. So it's kind of like monster truck style mud racing. Do you have mud tires here for these people, or do you have tires here big enough?
Well, we do. That's not really our market.
Yeah, it's not.
We're a race
He's saying that
engineer.
'cause he has to mount them then.
No, I do not. I don't have machines big enough to mount these the big BKT style tires.
Keep
and
with
things.
that. Just kidding.
Yes, I on purpose leave that at home. We do have a lot of very nice mud tires, but it's more for the ATV style, not the big tall.
Which happens to be truck-sized tires.
Did you guys see? Oh, and by the way, if you're out here and you want to purchase a big, tall, big wheel Can-Am, there's one for sale down there in the pits. Go buy it and you can go race it. I think maybe you should do that.
I've retired. I've retired from racing. Those wonderful days are behind me. I'm a far better spectator now.
Well, I just saw it for sale this morning. I'm like, somebody could go buy this and go into the mud pit tonight.
He worked so hard yesterday.
Oh, I know. I saw him last night.
And he was by himself. And I felt so bad for him because, I pick up a hose and hand it to him just so he didn't have to bend down.
Hey, he saved my life. He brought me a root beer float yesterday.
What? He didn't bring me a root beer float. All right, this is the women's NA class that took the green flag. I went through the lineup just a little bit ago. We had Jim Martison on the phone. He called Jim Martison and got him on the phone. It was really awesome. I believe that whole shot just now went to Bree Seek. She's in that
little Bree.
Number 431.
Yeah,
and Ashley Rowden got the second position, and that is our current points leader for the women's NA class, Josie Watkins, in third position.
Now, Dave, in a race like this, or any race, you've got cars out there running your tire.
Yes.
You come to the hill, specific races that you want to watch. You want to see how these tires react. What are you looking for right now during a race like this?
I like to watch and see how the vehicles are reacting to the surface it's given them at this particular time. You know, the track conditions will change throughout the day. And with it changing, one tire might be better this morning than it will be this afternoon, and then it'll flop to a different tire this afternoon. I do like to see what we're doing. I also like to see what our competition's doing out there.
Now, I did notice that you had, I call them Hoosier Humpers from the old days, basically sprint car tires.
Yes.
You have a set of them just sitting up there waiting for someone to come and pick them up.
We do. It's our SC1 tire, which is a newer tire, and it's a great short course tire. Unfortunately, it's a little rocky at this track for us to use that here. But other facilities, yes, that is the beast of a tire.
So what we had the second wave just take off a moment ago. What do we have going on there?
They did take off the line. We'll get you an update on whatever. I have a question really quick for Dave, though. So because of the muddy course earlier and now it's starting to dry out, will the drivers change their tire pressure?
Tire pressure is a great way to make minor changes to the vehicle as opposed to going in and resetting your suspension. Either way works. It's just much easier to take a pound out, add a pound, than it is to go in and start changing all your clicks.
Which makes sense, 100% makes sense. I just didn't know, like, with track conditions being muddy, nasty like they were earlier compared to now where it's drying out and they're bringing the water truck, if they run a less tire pressure earlier to have better grip.
Depending on the tire, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, in muddy conditions, is it more tuning done with springs and valving on the shocks? Because you start the race, you're 1,000 pounds. This morning, 3 laps in, you're probably 1,400 pounds.
Oh, it adds up quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have to change. I mean, if you want to get technical and you have a whole team here that can do all these types of things, you can change pressures, you can change springs and valve or settings and clicks and things like that. Most people are not going to do that. Maybe it's some of the bigger tracks with full-on mechanic staff. Yes. Here, a pound or two of pressure here and there is what's going to happen.
Gotcha.
Now this is an interesting class out here because quite a few of these racers this morning did some serious damage to their vehicles and they're actually in borrowed vehicles.
Right, which is our points leader, Josie Watkins, is in Chad Mayo's car.
Yes, Josie, you should have seen her vehicle after this morning. It ripped the engine mounts off the engine.
Wow.
There's considerable amount of damage, but after talking to Josie's dad, it's part of the game.
But you know what? She's okay. That's what makes, that's what the most important thing is, and she's back out on race court, just holding her points.
Well, that tells me something because I saw the car being towed by. The whole left front was just buckled underneath the skid plate. In the back of our car, I really didn't notice anything.
Well, there were two different.
Yeah, Boodle crashed his car, his Pro NA car. So he's having to run his sister's car in Pro NA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
they didn't tell us that. I'm going to write that down.
No, he broke his frame in multiple places.
So he's running his sister's car.
Yeah, actually, he's up on the roof here spotting with his father for his sister that's out there Haley racing right now.
Okay.
So it's got to be a nightmare for a tire guy to look at a track right now where you got dry spots, moist spots, and then standing water spots. What the hell do you do?
You just keep going.
So what we got going for running orders?
Well,
Pam?
Bree has the fastest lap time so far of the race. They are 2 laps in. She has a 2:06.313, but we have Bree running in that one position. Ashley Rowd in second. Josie Watkins in third. Michelle, well, see, it flips around when they go through the timing loops. Haley Boodle in fourth. Michelle's in fifth. And we'll get some updates here in just a minute as they come through the start-finish line.
But
We probably should let the fans know at home, too, that there's 4 timing loops,
Yes.
meaning all around this racetrack. So when the cars have transponders that recognize those timing loops, so when they cross over it, we get an updated time on that race course to where they're at. So that's kind of cool. We started the season, I think, with 2 or 1. I don't remember.
It was 2.
But it was
it's nice.
A round to go, they put in 4, so it keeps us really up to date to the last minute.
It doesn't look at this. There's action all over the race course right now.
And can you break that out into sections and see who's taking each section of the course the fastest?
Yep.
Look at that. See, we're getting like Formula One stuff right now.
Like it.
Yeah, whatever. It means I got to learn an accent. Is that what you're saying now, too?
Like Martin Stewart.
So look at the battle going on screen right now. We've got a pass that was just made right here behind us. That is the first jump that they take right after they come around and do that HMF hole shot.
There's a tremendous 3-car battle going on. I'm not exactly sure where they are in placement, but they're just entering into the sharp right-hand corner into a left-hand long straightaway where the rhythm section is. But they are almost bumper to bumper.
I heard you talking about your glasses earlier. Well, my old eyes can't see. I see the cars, but I couldn't come close to a number.
I'm not. Yeah, they're not that magnified yet.
I can see the numbers as long as they're clear. But yeah, that is definitely a good battle. That's Haley Boodle, I believe, right there that was on screen previously.
There's the 3 cars that were. They were a lot closer at the start of the long straightaway.
Well, there's 2 different 3-car battles going on race course right now.
And 2 heats.
And 2 heats, yes.
So it gets a little convoluted here, and thank goodness for the scoring.
And you can see Mr. D-Pat right there getting those good photos.
And keep in mind, fans at home, that this is a heat race, but it's for placement for tomorrow's gate pick for the main event. It's done by time, not where they're going to finish first, second, or third. It's done by time.
Now, do they only count tomorrow's scores, or does today's scores also add into it?
Well, they changed that a couple rounds ago, so I couldn't actually
So
see.
That's why I'm asking.
Now. You got tires to mount back at the trailer, man.
Where they finish today and where they finish tomorrow,
is a combined score.
It's a combined score.
So it is motos, yeah.
So it is moto score.
And there's Bree Seek right there on screen.
So today, because you have 2 heats, you can have 2 people place first, but the faster time will get gate pick.
Correct.
And then you'll take today's 1 and tomorrow's finish, and that'll be your overall.
Correct.
You can still go back to your semi if you want. You got work to do. No, stick around, man.
Are you going to watch the Barbie Jeep later or tomorrow? It's tomorrow night, or is that Sunday night?
He's got a secret weapon in the back of that trailer.
You know, it's fun to watch that, but it hurts me just to watch that.
So it's tomorrow night, and it's going to
Under
be
the
at
lights.
night. I can't wait to see that.
That's the freaky part, because I'm looking at that, and you know, there's that lip at the bottom of the hill before they launch into the
they
water.
jump.
When they launch, they have no idea where the water is. They won't be able to see it.
No,
because
I'm
it's
sure
kinda
they'll have
tucked
it
back
lit
under.
up.
No, but it's kind of tucked down behind. You're looking like this up in the air, looking up at the sky, not down at the water.
So the white flag is out. We shall see if Miss Breesy keeps that commanding lead. Last race, she had a commanding lead as well. So
Bree's a tough competitor.
Yeah.
She looks very quiet and introverted when you meet her and talk to her, but man, she gets her helmet on, she gets the race face.
That's what happens. Your brain, I call it the brain bucket. So you put your brain bucket on and
go
for it.
A lot of people change when they get on the line.
And that's Josie Watkins right there on screen in Chad Mayo's car.
I saw that car racing earlier today, and Chad did a good job.
This is the 4th race it's been in today so far. Chad's in 2 different classes, I believe. I hope I'm not wrong on that.
That's a busy little buggy. They're having a hard time keeping fuel in her.
Well, there's going to be a good customer of yours, probably waiting for you to change those tires.
I actually already talked to Chad. He's coming by to get some tires changed later.
He's going to need to after this many races.
Yes. And
so how many flat tires did you fix yesterday? Just people riding around the park?
A couple here and there.
And then how many sets did you change for racers?
Actually, not any racers. Most of them come to the race prepared, but I did sell quite a bit of trail riders.
cool.
People
Good
that are
for
just
you.
here to enjoy the event and get out and do some trail riding. Multiple tires, different compounds, different sets, and we just like being out here and making everybody's ride
Pam,
better.
He's up here for one reason. He's trying to take our job because he's a broadcaster as well.
I think we had this discussion before.
Never done this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, really. What's your background in announcing?
I do some co-announcing with Rodney Tomlinson of GNCC and ATV Pro Motocross. I actually sat in a couple with Dave Derringer and Side by Side Sports. And also, some of my most favorite is doing the Loretta Lynn's Amateur Nationals. Although that is 9 days on the mic, 14 hours a day. So it's fun when it starts and it's grand when it's over.
Sounds like KOH.
That or Visions.
Yeah. Well, I got to thank you for joining us up here. Stick around if you like or come back. Don't matter. But you're very valuable up here in the booth with us.
Well,
thank you.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it's great to be here as the Maxxis representative and just to be a part of the sport. That's what I enjoy.
So do you guys have a representative up at Crandon right now? Because I know that
Our
a lot of
automotive.
teams.
Our automotive division is up at Crandon.
Okay.
So that's the one that deals with the bigger tires, the DOT-approved tires.
Okay.
Everything I sell is non-DOT. Automotive is DOT.
Okay.
So they're up there for the big trucks and the big tires.
Gotcha.
And I'm
Awesome. Well, that's I wasn't sure if you had two of the same that you do or what, but yeah, lots of racing action going on this weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
my boss does not want two of me. So one of me is more than enough. And Mikey does our automotive up in Crandon, Wisconsin. So, but yes, thank you guys very much.
Well, thank you for
Appreciate
coming on.
coming out here.
Don't be surprised. We come back and talk to you later this afternoon on camera.
Hey, I'm
down
not
in
a-
the pits while you're. He sweat so much yesterday. I felt so bad for him.
It was hot yesterday.
He just worked his tail off.
Well, if you give him a payback of a root beer float later, I second that.
Well, I felt kind of cheesy because there's a bunch of people having a great time yesterday. Drinking their choice of what they wanted to drink, and let's just say it weren't root beer floats. So I walked up. I felt kind of like a nerd, and hand him a root beer float.
You know what? As much as I would love a cold adult beverage, that tasted far better. Far better at the time.
I'm sure it did. And we have our next race.
Wow. Click it off
the line. This is our expert turbo class. We have 15 cars out there on race course. We have a rollover that's already happened at the top of this hill. Can't quite make out who it is because their number is not on the bottom of their car. But between the 15 cars, we'll have Christopher Welch, Caden Ellis, the 121 of Michael Green, the 88 of Christopher Smith, 917 Kendra Hoop, 871 of David Cook, the 31 of Matt Heckler, 261 of Grant Stevens, 47 of Mr. Rusty Pipes back out on race course, the 43 of Justin Barub, 894 of Austin Braden, 444 Mickey Schroeder, 900 of Derek Stevens, 86 of Donovan Willis, and the 909 of Eric Vaughn. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am great. How are you guys
I
doing?
am doing wonderful.
Well, we got a chain of guests coming up here onto the stage, and we want to thank you for coming up here. But I'm so glad
thanks.
it's you.
Oh,
at
good.
this point of the day. First off, it's starting to warm up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And with that heat comes belt wear.
Absolutely.
And
Belt
that's
heat.
what I want to address is the belt situation these guys are battling.
Well, it's not
Okay.
only the heat, right? It's the mud and the water that
Oh,
get
yeah.
into the compartment where the belts are.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes it tough, especially when they're that pit you were showing. My
Yes.
goodness, that's really hard on belts. So
And Pam, the second wave of cars just came off the line.
And
Awesome.
that is
Whoa! Joey Kitwood doing his best right there. Up on two wheels for probably about 100 feet. Saved it. We'll lose probably 3, maybe 4 spots, but it's back underway.
yeah, but saving it is like the key component right there.
So first off, I apologize. Let's introduce who our guest is and who's
hi.
behind it.
So I'm Lori Grandinette. I'm marketing manager for Ultimax Belts by Timken.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
welcome. I'm for coming back here. I always see you at every single race.
Yep.
Awesome. I do have to say my kid's racing for the first time in his own race car, and we got an Ultimax belt.
Great.
Because
That's good to hear.
we weren't sure like what belt was on it when we got it, how old it was. So
Good deal.
He'll be out there on course with one of your belts.
Oh,
later on.
good,
Yeah,
good.
super
Well, I hope
exciting.
he does well.
I
That'll
do
be
too.
great. Yeah. yeah.
Looks like we have right there on screen
Let's
that is the 003. That is Will Harris.
Okay.
I'm not, I'm not surprised by that because that car, if that is Will, I'm not surprised because that car's had a lot of wear and tear on it
That
already
was,
today.
it said 003 on it. I don't see him registered in this race, so maybe he is a late registrant to come out here.
Or maybe a
Yeah,
replacement
not good.
car or backup
Oh,
car.
that's
Kind of.
not Will.
No.
That is not Will Harris.
Well-
Actually, it's got blue on the front end. I
asked
should know
this.
that.
I asked this to Dave from Maxxis Tire.
Yep.
I go in a race like this. All the manufacturers or whatever they be watch for certain things,
So
like
we'll
their
go on
tires
to-
and things like that.
Right.
What is it that you're watching for when you come up here with your cars that are running your belts?
Well, I mean, we want to make sure. One thing we want to make sure of is we want to make sure people are breaking belts in before they start racing.
And how do you do that? Because I've never done that.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people haven't done that, but I mean, if you just throw a belt on and
heat
start
cycle.
running, it needs 3 heat cycles.
Yes.
You are sharp. You know this stuff.
So what's that mean?
Well, we just say ride it for like 20, 30 minutes, get it up to heat, let it completely cool, do it again 2 more times. It's not something everybody likes to do, but
But if you
know,
don't
you're gonna
do it, if you don't do that heat cycle, what's going to happen? Because the belt's
the belt isn't
hard.
going to seat
Exactly.
properly in the clutch,
And it
and
can
so
just-
it's just going to fight it a little bit. So this gets it in there, and then you really should extend your belt life a lot by
Yeah.
doing that. So we highly recommend it. You know,
And you guys have a warranty on your belt.
we do. We have an amazing warranty. We have 3 different levels of belt. One we call our OE replacement belt. It comes with a 1-year warranty.
Okay.
Then we have our what we call the high performance. It's got 2 years warranty, and then our extreme performance has a 3-year warranty.
I
So-
don't know which one I got because I
Okay.
didn't.
I bet you got the XP. What do you run?
X3.
Okay, yeah, then you'd have an XP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I don't know. I just talked to Tana
Yeah.
up in the Power Sports, and I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know which one to get.
Okay.
So she.
Well, and for
told
that,
me.
we have a very cool tool called a belt finder. You just go to ultimaxbelts.com, you put in your year, make, and model, and it tells you exactly
Oh,
what
look
belt
at
you
that.
need.
I like
She's
it.
a marketer.
I am
I
ready.
knew as soon as she went there, I knew she was marketing.
Yeah.
Look, there's a battle
Let's see.
going on just now down through the whoop section. I didn't see the car numbers, but
Yeah, let's
Let's go.
let's go through the lineup real quick. We haven't
See how
talked
they're
about the
doing.
racing.
no, we haven't. So we have Matt Hecker in that number 1 position, Michael Green in the 121 in that 2nd position, Grant Stephen in the 261 in 3rd, Kendra Hoop and the 917 out there running in 4th position, Christopher Welch 479 in that 5th position. So Caden Ellis is in that 6th position, but he has not hit the next timing loop. And that car that was actually pulled off to the side was the 900 of Derek Stevens, is who that was, or Derek Steven.
Uh-oh. Somebody.
Oh,
Yep.
no, and looks like that car number, I can't quite make out who that is, and it's a very distinctive car.
It
So
is.
maybe we can go back to that in just a minute, but they lost the front right wheel.
That's
Is
not good.
Not good. We actually saw Will Harris earlier. He was going for the pass for first place, and the left rear of his wheel just broke off. But he
Well.
had a tumble earlier on, so more than
Oh,
likely
yeah.
something was waddling loose and
Well,
just
I'm
finally
guessing
let go.
David Maxis can help him with that. You think? I think so.
Somebody, I actually,
Oh, boy.
somebody will definitely help him out with that for sure. And
Yep.
I'm not sure what that car number is, but it's right here down behind us.
It
but we
is,
just can't see
yeah.
it.
Gosh.
There's been some great racing. Are you going to go up and watch the Mud Nasty later on?
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I want
Yeah.
Oh no,
in
she's
it.
competing in it.
I'll
I'll find
I'll
I'll
drive for
find
you.
a car. You're competing in it. If I find you a car, will you do it?
I'd give it a
Yeah.
try. I'd give it a try.
I'm like, can I co-drive? That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I wanna
I'd
go in
actually
it.
love to get into one of those little 170s.
Oh, they're tiny.
I'm curious how.
They're tiny.
Would I fit? I don't know. but
you're-
they look like fine.
You're tiny and you're petite.
I
You
think
would
I
definitely
could.
fit, but I'd go with the 570
Yeah, did
for a
you?
pit
Oh,
vehicle. No, I said
okay.
I would go with a 570.
There you go.
Oh, I
There you
can't.
go.
I still can't
No.
see that number right there, but they're safely off the race course. They're right,
good.
literally right down here
Yep.
behind
Man,
us.
I'm not sure this is all for position. We got 5 cars battling
We do.
right here behind us, coming down
Good.
off the just past us.
Looking good.
And that was the 31 of Matt Heckler.
Wow.
Michael Green, Grant Stephen, Kendra Hoop is in that mix. She's a Mid-America brand ambassador. She's running in that 4th position. And Caden Ellis. So that is our top 5 right now,
That's nice.
battling it
All
out.
running it really.
Yes, it is.
That's
And
nice.
Is it the second wave that came out?
I don't know
Okay.
which wave they were in,
Because
unfortunately.
I distracted you guys.
No, well, it's kind of hard to tell because we have this lineup, so I'm not sure if
Yeah.
they just cut it in half. I'm not sure how they do the lineup.
That's true. Yeah.
But, yeah, that is definitely quite the battle going on down there.
You guys do have a great view from here.
We
This is
do.
nice. This is great.
Nice
Yeah.
shade
Except for
over
trying to
us.
catch numbers.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. Hey, it's kind of hard. Maybe they need to make their numbers bigger.
You know what we were talking about, and I don't know if that's something Billy might be working on for next year, is have a shark fin in the middle
that'd be
of the car.
awesome.
Because when you have a shark fin,
Yeah.
the mud doesn't cover it, number one.
Right,
But you could
right.
make it a little bit bigger for your
Yeah,
number two. I don't know.
that'd be-
I don't know. That's just some associations run them.
We'll talk
I'm
to
catching
Billy.
the numbers though. It's just his new glasses must not be that strong.
She's picking on you.
Don't make. You know how thick they're going to be if I get new glasses.
That's good.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
know. I'm not. I
Not
dish it
really.
out. I can take it. Yeah. All I see is UTV on that car. I have no idea even where the number plate is.
They have quite
Yeah.
a few cars out there too.
Yep.
But yeah, that battle
That's
going
good.
on. They're coming through right now. They should be getting the checkered flag. The top 5 cars. 871 is the one that is pulled over out here in front, which is David Cook. So that's unfortunate. But Matt Heckler, Michael Green, Grant Stephen, Kendra Hoop just came through, got the checkered flag. Now there were 5 cars, so I'm not sure where the 5th car that was battling for the 5 spots went. Not sure, but yeah, that's unfortunate right down here. David Cook. It looks like we did not have the 88 of Christopher Smith take the green flag today.
So
But
we have a
it's
lot of
been-
people checking in right now. I like to call out fans when they try to check in.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett
Yeah.
Connor is like, Vail has been on the fast track every race. Sharon Merrick says, go Donovan, go. Brenda Willis repeats that, says, go Donovan, go. Brenda Willis also says, go UTV.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool when we get. I want them to tell us where they're checking in from.
That would be nice.
You know,
yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of them do.
Yeah.
But it's no problem if you don't. But it's kind of cool, and we could get
Yeah.
a chance to call them out if they have questions.
Oh, yeah.
We try our best to answer them, so it's kind of neat to monitor that as well.
It is. I mean, social media is amazing, and Mid-America's doing a great job with it. It's nice to see what they're doing, and they got a lot of followers, and we're chiming in there with our Ultimax belts when we can. So it's
Austin
been
Braden
great.
Austin Braden just came through, got the checker flag. He is our current points leader in this class. Had
Good
a little
deal.
chat with him yesterday. He's a
good.
super nice guy.
Great.
But
Oh,
Yeah, all the-
well, we know that Sharon Merrick is listening because she just
told us where she's from.
yeah.
nice.
What is
The
that? Monahans,
Monahans,
Texas?
Texas.
Sounds like a
So-
good place.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sharon. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
And it has warmed up out here.
But you know
I think
what?
it's going to get warmer.
Oh, don't.
It's supposed to
Sorry.
be 85
I'm
today.
sorry.
There hasn't been any sweat on my face yet.
Oh, that's
Oh
a good
my
thing.
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh
hey,
my
look
gosh.
dry. That's
I
good.
hate sweat. Oh, I hate
Well,
And when you're standing around doing, it's one thing.
And he's moving here.
We got,
Oh,
yeah, we
good
got.
for you.
My wife and I have a horse ranch in San Diego, and we have like 30, 35 horses that we board. It's a sun up to sundown sweat lately, like the
Yeah.
last 2 months. So we came out here, and I got to go on record. When I first met Jason back in April, he lied to me.
uh-oh.
Oh,
What did he tell
lied.
you?
He told me it doesn't really get hot here. It doesn't really get cold. It kind of. He says, "Don't get me wrong. There's a week or two where it gets hot, but really, it's actually pretty nice." He lied.
This has been a really hot summer for us around here. Yeah, it's
But do you feel that?
generally that's a
cool
great breeze. Yeah,
That's
I
a
love
great
that.
breeze.
Woo. We don't usually get those. That feels
uh-uh.
good. Yeah, that's great.
All right, so
Well, I'm glad you're moving here.
Yeah, right.
Good for you.
Oh no, Chris Smith checks in. Says he's stuck at home with COVID. Sorry to hear that, man. Do the proper thing. Wash everything, not just your hands, but
that's
everything.
right.
And Joe Brown, he checked in from Farmington, New Mexico. So thanks a lot,
Hey.
Joe.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
next up, we have the amateur turbo class.
Uh-oh.
Should be
Mr.
fun.
Lee Knowles is
Does Mommy want to take a break real
Nope.
quick? Are you sure?
Nope.
Because I remember
that'll be fun.
early on in the season, this race. No, it wasn't this race. Well,
It was the very, very first round. He was in a borrowed car.
He was
Oh.
her son was
I
in a
didn't
car.
even know he got the whole shot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm
Oh.
calling it. Whole shot. I'm like, holy crap! I'm calling this. She's like, who? What?
I
Is
was like,
that-
it's the 321. Who's the 321? I'm like, oh, it's Hank Hall. Oh my gosh.
That would be a bit of a surprise.
Oh, it was
but a
just-
good surprise.
It was a great surprise. Yeah,
that's
but
great.
yeah. So in our amateur turbo class, though, we had Mr. Lee Knowles up here earlier. He's in this class as well. He's a Mid-America ambassador as well. He is current points leader. But we have 12 cars that will be taking the green flag here this morning. We'll have Sean Murphy in the 39, the number 57 of Hank Hall, the number 93 of Kyle Arkenau, the 009 of Emily Fowler, the 222 of Jacob Frederick, the 41 of the current points leader, Mr. Lee Knowles, the 28 of Aaron Holden, the 57 of John Calgrew, who has also already raced once a state. So he's got, him and Lee's
Busy
got
guy.
one up on my kiddo here.
Yep.
The 69 of Lucas Von Allman, the 095 of Michael Branning, the 82 of Justin Moore, and the number 6 of Morgan Vanover.
Wow.
So just 12 cars taking the green flag here at the
So
Amateur
I got a
Turbo.
question for you when
Sure.
it comes to belts again.
Sure.
Owning a horse ranch.
Yeah.
We've got a 2020 Polaris Ranger 1000.
Okay.
It is a workhorse.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to, I'll call it utility as compared to recreation.
Right.
Different kind of belt, different kind of things. Same kind of things, just different.
Yeah, we make belts for that, of course. Probably that's going to most likely be our UA belt, which is what we consider a high performance. And it's going to have all the power and strength you need to support that application. If you're going to ride it really heavy and hard, we can also move you up to the XP belt if you're if you're tearing across the pasture to I don't know. Yeah, something like that. You might want to go up to the XP, but our UA belt is really great for that. With the warranty and everything, we highly recommend it for any kind of application.
So what's the difference between a race belt like they're using here this weekend as compared to that kind of belt? Anything?
There are differences in the way we compound the materials that are in them. The recipe, does it have more fiber, more whatever? Okay. We actually use something it's really rated for the heat, and in racing the heat's even more extreme. So there's certain things we do with the chemicals that can help resist that more. I mean, realize that. We really engineer our belts from the very ground up.
I didn't realize that you could buy a race belt compared to a regular belt.
We consider
that's awesome.
Yeah, the XP belt we consider more of the race belt.
Okay.
But again, like I say, it's kind of specific to the application and how you're riding. So you have choices.
I think it'd be cool to come see where you test the belts.
Oh, we have a great lab. You should see it. It's cool.
One
of the funnest things they do is they just stretch one till it breaks, and you just sit there.
Wait for it. It's like a big rubber band.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always just like such a nervous wreck waiting, but it takes a lot to break them.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. You're the only person I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got a fun question for you. I hope it's a fun question.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, it's non-race weekend. You're not at a trade show anywhere. You're not out in the industry. You're home and you're a civilian. And you got your neighbors or your friends. You're over in the backyard grilling out, having mojitos or whatever for breakfast or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what do you do, Lori? What do you do
for
a job? And it's like, what do you tell them?
That's a fun one. Well, actually, this is the funnest part of my job. So this is what I usually end up talking about because people, it's something they can relate to. The other parts, so I'm really big into, I have to do industrial belts too that run all the machines that make all the things that everybody buys, So, I mean, our belts are on machines that mill flour or cut lumber.
Conveyor belt style
and
belts?
Conveyor belts. We have, we have anything industrial. There's a lot of belts out there, and there's also chain. I work.
Do you make belts for pants?
I don't make those kind of. People ask me that a lot, and no, we do. We have. Now I suppose we could take a belt, cut it, and try to put a buckle on it and call it good, but I don't think you'd want to wear it. So,
but how do you heat cycle that?
Yeah, that's right. run.
I got ways.
So. Yeah, so that's, I do a lot of marketing for a lot of different aspects, and the Timken company is who owns us, so they make bearings and all of the other power transmission components and things. So I'm not responsible for the bearing side, but I do work on the other side.
That plant is in Ohio, right?
They have plants all over the place, but their headquarters is in Canton, Ohio. So yeah, it's a great company to work for. They make the world move. That's probably not the right way they say it, but I was going to say make the world turn, but then I'm like soap opera. This is not the right. That isn't right either.
As the world turns.
That's right.
Wasn't that the name of it?
Yes, I think so.
One of them, yeah. One of many.
So, all right. So we already went through the lineup, but we do have the amateur turbo class. They'll be taking off here shortly. I think they're just getting all their I call it ducks in a row, making
Yes.
sure the course is all clear and safe.
Actually,
and
there must have been a car on the far end, down at the end of the rhythm
Oops.
section. They
oh,
had
that's right. That's
pull over.
one
Yeah.
gentleman was pulled off to the
Yeah.
side there.
Okay.
So we did have, I think we saw the water truck on the track once today.
Isn't
so
that
far.
that rain helped a little bit, didn't it? That was good. Except for the early racing, that was not good.
Yes.
But
Actually, there were a few drivers that didn't go out on practice this morning because of yesterday's
a Kyle
weather. Well, no, because of yesterday's weather conditions, the
Right.
rain that we had, even though
Right.
the sun came out,
Yeah.
they didn't do any practice yesterday, so it canceled
probably-
completely yesterday. So they did their practice this morning, starting at 7 a.m., but it was also foggy, so it didn't dry out at all. So there
Yeah.
were some drivers that opted out. My kid, honestly, was
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
They did not go on the race course this
Right.
morning. So
Well,
it's like,
there's two things to keep in mind when it comes to canceling things like that. They're
Mhm.
not trying to take anything away from the drivers
Right.
or pull them away from anything like that. Two reasons. One, the track
Right.
was so sloppy. We're talking 3, 4, 5 inches deep in slop where
yeah.
there wasn't standing water.
right.
Right.
And the other thing is, okay, yeah, go out and practice all you want, guys. Could a safety vehicle get out on course safely
Oh.
if there was an incident? That is the big thing. So it's completely safety oriented.
Well, you don't want to tear the
Right.
track up.
Well,
That's
Then the
true,
track
too.
crew would have been working
but-
all night long, and it sounds like they just
oh
took
yeah,
the
green is out. Here we
flag.
go.
Whew.
Where's Hank? Where's Hank?
He's running
Come on,
right now
Hank.
behind Kyle Arkenau, but let's see who gets that whole shot, which it looks like it's going to be Lee Knowles just got that whole shot.
Good.
Mid-America Ambassador. Jacob Frederick in that number 2 spot. Kyle Arkenau in 3rd, and Hank Hall 4th.
I want you to
Sean
see something, Lori.
Murphy.
Sure.
There's Dad, the spotter and photographer.
Awesome.
So he's spotting and recording with a cell phone. How
That's
about that?
pretty good.
Look at that right
Multitasking.
there. So this is an exciting day,
Yeah.
a nerve-wracking day.
Whoa, we
Yeah.
got a car over, the 5th
Oh,
place
no.
car.
Oh, shoot.
that
Uh,
would be Sean Murphy. Just took a little bit of a roll, I
It
believe.
was a little bit of a baby rollover. Here's the thing, though.
Here-
The second wave of cars is starting right now.
Uh-oh.
Every single car that just took the green flag that was out on race course, all 5 of them are Can-Ams.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Now we have some Razors out there
Yeah.
and some Yamahas.
I haven't seen the yellows out yet.
Yeah.
There's
There-
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
the
one.
Honda. I said a Yamaha, but there's a Honda out there.
So right now, the track crew's out there trying to get the car rolled over, up on its wheels.
It looks like the 57 right there that's behind us that just went by the caution.
Somebody just pulled
Yeah.
off right by the first yellow flag.
That is John Calligrew. He already raced once this morning, and I'm not sure what was going on, but his car didn't seem quite right whenever he took off. And now look, now he's taken off. So sometimes what happens is their four-wheel drive hasn't engaged or something's going on, and that's the reason why they pull off. They have to turn it off back on to reset it. So we have Mr. Lee Knowles that will be coming through here in just a minute. But on screen there, that is Emily Fowler in that Honda in the 009.
So I got to ask, what do you
Sure.
think of the women racing today?
Oh, I'm
They're
loving
not-
it.
I
I'm
mean,
loving it,
holy
yeah.
smokes. They're not getting any
Yep.
kind of handicap to help them out in any way. They're not
No.
giving any favors. And
No.
they're taking it to the guys. They're
Oh,
running
they
heads
are.
up and
They
beating
are.
them.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. It's great.
And then they get out of the cars and they're tinier than you and so
I
meek
know.
and mild. And I'm like, holy smokes.
So it's not about brawn, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just it is fun to watch, though. It's great to see it. Sport for everybody.
All right, so we have Lee Knowles that's still running that number 1 position. Jacob Frederick is in the 2nd position. Kyle Arkenaugh is in 3rd, and Hank Hall is 4th position right now. There's another caution out. It looks, or the same caution
Same
is still
caution.
out.
It's like, it's too bad. They finally got him on his wheels. He got the car fired up. They're trying to get him up on the lead lap.
But what we don't see is where the start line is, where they all are hole shotting.
He just went a lap down.
There is a caution flag over here. We
There
can't
is.
see, so I'm not sure like if somebody's on the lid or
Looks like
what's going on. But
somebody- yeah.
there is another caution right here by the finish line.
Just past the finish line. Actually,
Is it-
right.
oh,
I'm just wondering.
Oh, it's a yellow car.
Yep.
My guess would have to be that is Morgan Vanover.
He's
Because-
going off the hook. Yeah, his looks like his race is done.
No, that might be Sean Murphy, actually, because I don't think Morgan took the green flag. But look at that drone footage right there of 1, 2, and 3 of Lee Knowles, Jacob Frederick, and Kyle Arcanaugh. He just took that outside line. That is that left-hand turn that there's like a split lane. If you take the inside, it's a little bit of an off camber.
So Fred Shipley's checked in. Number 82, Justin Moore. He goes, my awesome SIL. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either.
And the rest of the scraping by team. I think he's wishing everybody the best of luck. Again, I kind of go back a little bit. Chris Smith, he says he's stuck at home with COVID. Take care of yourself, man.
So Lee Knowles and Jacob Frederick, who are running 1 and 2 right now, only have a 1 second gap in their time. Yes. They have spread out just a little bit. They're not as close together. I just had a not a light bulb, but like a thought come through that Barbie Jeep downhill, and you were saying you guys do like conveyor belt style stuff. That could be an Ultimax belt hill.
No.
There you
So
go.
here's the thing. No, uphill.
Yeah, you guys would have to sponsor
like a ski lift, only take
Great-
it back
great
up.
down.
Create a contraption of a belt of some sort, or even a rope. Just
There you
call it
go.
a belt.
Yeah.
And so the guys can just hook up the Barbie Jeep and pull it back up the hill, so
I
nobody
love
has to
it.
carry it
It's
up.
like a ski, like the when you're learning to ski, the kiddie hill
Yeah,
Ski
toe
lifting, yeah.
toe rope.
Oh,
Yes.
there. That would be perfect.
Yes, exactly.
That would be
All
fun.
right. On screen 1, 2, 3, and 4. They got pretty decent, evenly gapped out right there. Lee Knowles is still in that number 1 position. He is also the current points leader in the amateur turbo class. This is round 6 of the side-by-side championship series. We have 2 more rounds, one at the end of September, and then we have another one that will be happening, Legends of the Fall, which is the last weekend of, oh goodness, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Legends of the Fall happens the last weekend of October, but
It's
not
okay,
sure
Pam.
what's going on, but that is Hank
okay,
Hall
Pam.
pulled off to the side right there.
Breathe, Pam, breathe.
I'm fine. Just another racer out on course. It just has a little, and there he's going again. Something must be going on. Like we were saying earlier, sometimes they pop out of 4-wheel drive or whatnot,
Yep.
so who knows if that's what's happened or not.
Well, again, I can tell you Fred Shipley is listening because remember I kind of questioned what is SIL?
Yes.
He responds back, son-in-law.
Oh, son-in-law. Okay.
Thanks, Fred. Now I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on all those little, what do they call them? They're not abbreviations, but
I don't even know either, but they use them a lot, and I'm
Yeah,
trying
they
to
do.
learn them.
Yeah, especially in the Marine Corps. My son-in-law is a Marine. I'm like, he tells me all these things in normal
220.
conversation, and they sail so far over my head.
that was Jacob Frederick just passed us by on screen. He's running in the 3rd position.
How's the lap times looking, Pam?
Lap times are looking pretty good. It looks like Mr. Lee Knowles still has the fastest lap of this race. Actually, Aaron Holden does at a 2:04.875.
Really?
So he has a faster lap than Lee Knowles and Kyle Arcanaugh, who are running 1 and 2, and they have the very, very close lap times.
And these are turbo cars. I thought there'd be a little quicker lap times than that because we had some classes that were under 2 minutes, and I thought turbos would be right there.
But this is the amateur turbo class.
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
It is. That's what it's called. It is. They're going over the race line jump right there, and you can see the background, the people watching. Look at Lee Knowles and Kyle Arcanaugh going neck and neck, going by some lap traffic.
Let's see if it's going to be a split lane situation. Nope.
No, that's not the split lane. It's a little farther down race course. But look, there's dust. Something we didn't think we'd see today. But
Yeah, that little creek bed that we saw earlier where the kids were jumping over, it's dry now.
Yeah. Kyle is doing everything he possibly can to try to get around Lee right now.
I think we're at a point in time, going back to Dave from Maxxis, when we were talking to him, I think we're going back at a time now where the styles of tires that these guys are running aren't so much mud tires anymore. They're more like a dry tire. I'm going to guess. I mean, if I was a racer, that's the first thing I'd be looking at. It's like, okay, you suffer there where it's dark, where the dirt is dark, but then you'd pick up where it's dry. So
Yeah, I'm sure Dave's got a tire for that too, because there's got to be able to handle both.
I think he
right?
said you just go.
Put the hammer down and see what happens, right? That's good.
So where's your office out of then? If,
I'm in Springfield, Missouri, which is 2 hours away from here, and that's where
road rolls.
yeah,
Lambert's.
absolutely, and that is where our belts are manufactured.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, right up the road.
I love that
so.
place. I haven't been there probably 25 years, but I've never forgotten it the first time.
Yeah, it's pretty unforgettable. I would say.
The guy pushes a cart out into the room. Who wants a throw and roll?
Oh,
Who wants a
I
throw and roll?
know.
Everybody raises their hand. He just starts winging it.
I know it. And then they start just bringing other food and just like, do you want scoops of this or dump? Fill you
better
up.
be ready.
Yeah, it's great. It's a fun thing.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right, so we have 3 cars that have taken the checkered flag for Heat 10 of round 6 out here of the side-by-side championship, and Aaron Holden, Lee Knowles, Kyle Arkansas, Jacob Frederick have taken the checkered flag. We have more still to come on in and do that, but we have lots of racing left. That was Heat 10. We have 15 heats, so we have, what is that?
5 more?
5, no.
You guys have some work ahead of you.
We only
How's
have
that
4 more races.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And you guys do a great job.
Well,
it's
thank
fun
you.
watching. Definitely.
It's fun doing
Well, you're part of the
this.
team up here now, so you
Yeah.
got to drag your butt up here anytime you want.
Okay,
You
I
see-
do appreciate it. You
When we're
guys,
screwing up with Timken or whatever company that you represent, Ultimax,
yep.
come up here and slap our hand.
I would love to.
Well,
You
probably
guys,
be
thank
me,
you.
so.
Well, thank you for having me here. It's been fun, and I will let you guys get back to your job.
So before you
thank
leave,
you.
Okay.
For the fans that are here, are you selling product out of your display area?
We do not sell because we manufacture.
Okay.
They do sell our product in the store here at Mid-America. And they're available online. There are a lot of brick and mortar stores around the country. You can find a store near you on our store locator on our website.
So you're
But
strictly retail only? You don't sell out of the...
we
do you
don't-
have a website or anything like
We
that?
do, ultimaxbelts.com.
Okay.
But since we manufacture, we do not sell direct. We're just here at Mid-America to help people learn about our brand, to understand what they could be doing that we think would be better on their vehicles, and try to educate them a little. And just get to know the people. I mean, the atmosphere here is great. The people are passionate. It's fun to have them stop by our
I love
tent
having
and-
you up here because I
so-
learned 2 things here today.
Okay.
I just had to replace the motor on our basically brand new Polaris Ranger.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, with that comes a new belt.
That's right.
And I didn't do what you told me to do, and
Ooh.
I'm kind of nervous now.
Ooh, get to that break-in if it's not too late.
I kind of think
So-
I think we're like 500 miles in.
It's probably,
to,
well, maybe you
Wow.
rode it gently enough at the beginning that you're okay.
I mean, basically, we haul hay and manure.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Which can be tough though. I mean, it can get heavy, and it
Mhm.
puts a lot of stress on it. So.
But thank you for coming up here and joining the
Well,
family, and
And we'll
let us
see.
know
We'll
about-
see you at the Mud Nasty later.
Absolutely, and thank you. You guys do a great
What
job.
size
Mid-America
fire
does a
suit do you
great
wear?
job.
Because I'm serious. I'm going to find a car for you.
Just small. We'll just go with small. Thank
All right,
you
well,
both. It's been
thank you.
fun.
Thank you, Lori. All right. We are going to be moving on to our Youth 1000 class and our 800 class. It looks like we're going to have 10 cars out on race course this morning. We have RJ Tremblay in the Y1810. That's a long race car number. And then we have Blake Helms in the 31X, the 333 of Dylan Jacobson, the 250 of Crichton Jordan, 979 of Jace Leach, the 999 of Carson Vale, the 225 of Ty Lukenmeyer, the 71 of Kennedy Singleton. This is not her first time out on race course this morning. We got the 3C of Case Beeman and the 78 of Mia Cuevas going out on race courses for our 12. This is our 12th race of the day.
Well, I know you were doing hand signals with your husband. Did you were able to figure out what the issue was?
The car went in limp mode,
Oh.
and it didn't have forward motion
Yeah.
when he tried to start it back up. So I'm not sure what's going on. But on to the
famous
next race. It's
limp
going
mode.
to be a awesome race to see because these are the youth that are moving up from like the 570 classes and the tiny tots.
Yeah, speaking of which, they're underway right now.
Yes, they are.
Did you go through the lineup real quick?
I did go through the
Okay.
lineup.
Let's see who gets the whole shot in this one.
It looks like that is
Make the left-hand
going to
turn.
be Carson Vale possibly getting that whole shot, or Blake Helms. That is
7, I think it was a 70-something.
So already a battle going on for third and fourth position.
Look at the lead already.
And then
probably 2 seconds already.
Our second class of the 800cc cars just took the green flag as well. We have four laps that will be going on
big
today.
time contact coming down the hill. Are those the 170s?
No, they're not. They're the 800s.
Those are 800s?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because the second place car in the 800s now has got major damage to the front end, as when they came down the hill, just pile drive the car that was in front of them. You can see how it kind of looks like a hammerhead shark pointed upwards. Just huge, huge hit.
But on screen you can see them going through that Talladega turn. And the 800cc's are Kennedy Singleton, Case Beeman, and Mia Cuevas.
I believe it was Kennedy Singleton that pulled the whole shot.
Well, she's in the 800 class.
And let's see, we got
and
one car.
That was the
over.
RS1s.
One car is over right before, 2 cars are off the track, in fact, right before the long straightaway rhythm section.
So that is Blake Helms that got the whole shot. He was just on screen in the 31X. And we have Jace Leach, Crichton Jordan, and Tylen Lukemeyer. They are all battling out right now in those Youth 1K class, which are RS1s. This is a great stepping stone for the kids. Dylan Jacobson as well. And you can see right now they just went through the finish line. They're doing that hairpin turn that they go right off the start, but Blake Helms is still out front right now.
Yeah, talk about commanding lead. He's more than doubled the gap he had in lap number 1. It's probably upwards of almost probably 6 seconds right now. Now that's exactly, as you watch our leader right now,
gap.
he's doing exactly what they need to do under that yellow flag zone.
Well, and they're showing that right now on screen. They were doing the yellow flag, slowing down for their caution.
Yeah. The cars behind them, not so much. They're trying to kind of cheat up a little bit, trying to just squirt up there a little bit. Where our leader was dead spot on.
That's my favorite view of the whoop section, of them coming right at us. It shows them just flying through the air. And that is the 31X of Blake Helms on screen. Right there, that is the farthest point of our track over there. Jace Leach in that second position was right behind him. And a little bit of dust going on the backside of the course there on screen. And Jace is going through that area right there where I keep talking about, you can either use the bank so you can go right side, try to keep up your speed. If you take the inside line, you do kind of have to check up just a little bit because it's kind of a blind left-hand turn. It's a hump. It's more of a hump. It's not like a rolling. It's not a smooth transition. It's more of a hump. And on screen, Blake Helms is just flying through the air on that backside of the Ultimax Spillway.
I'm pretty sure we only have one 800 on the track right now that's still running.
We have Case Beeman and Mia Cuevas. And
there's a view
right
of
there,
our leader right now, just crossing under the finish line arch.
That is Blake Helms out there, but
Headed
got
up
it
the hill.
out front and has not looked back.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-second gap on lap 1. Second lap, it was what'd you say, 7 seconds? And it just continues to grow.
So Blake Helms in the Youth 1K class has a faster lap time. His fastest lap is a 2:08.898. Our turbos didn't have a lap time like that earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Everyone's quite spread out. There still is a caution on the turn right before the whoop section.
In fact, that was a car I was telling you about that had that major damage to the front end.
next lap around, Blake Helms will be getting that white flag. And there's that off-camber area right there that Blake Helms just went through that I keep talking about, that area. It's a tricky section right there. That's probably one spot that is you need to make sure you have that rhythm down of how you're taking that. And that is that 80-foot tabletop jump right there on the back side of the track. We should call that, we call it the Ultimax Spillway. We should call it the Ultimax Beltway. Isn't there like a belt? Isn't there a beltway?
Chicago.
In Chicago, yeah.
There's a highway that goes through town, or through the city, and then there's the beltway, which kind of skirts all the way around.
And that's an awesome shot right there. Whoa, look at that little bit of a bicycle.
What I'm kind of surprised to see is that they're all like gapped out like by a ton.
That is RJ Tremblay just took over the position. Not sure if something happened to the car that he just passed by.
Well,
but that is RJ Tremblay right there on screen.
Like I'm saying, as far as lap times.
Oh, and there is
look at
that battle. There is definitely a gap going on, yes.
But I mean, there's big gaps between everybody. You think with that gap they'd be running faster lap times, but I'm looking down the
that's the
lap times. Everybody's running a fastest lap on lap 1.
So that is Jace Leach right there on screen that's battling it out right now with RJ Tremblay. Looks like a little bit of a gap right there. The track conditions are definitely changing right now. On screen right there, the 31.8X of Blake Helms will be coming through here just as shortly and getting that checkered flag. He's on the back side of the course right now. He's getting ready to do that little area that he just jumped over, the little creek bed. Be going through that off-camber left-hand turn. And that right there, he keeps taking the upper side, so the right side at the very end of it.
He's getting his right side of the car up under that berm and just roosting like crazy through there.
There's that 80-foot tabletop jump.
He lifts a little bit on that one. Clears it nicely, though.
And on screen is Kennedy Singleton in the 800.
One final time, that left-hand turn, short straightaway. Another left-hand turn up over the race line tabletop. And now the left-hand turn coming towards the finish line. There it is. Checkered flag is waving.
All right, so Blake Helms' fastest lap time of the race just now was a 2-minute flat, 2-minute .898.
On lap 1, that's blows my
mind. On lap 1,
mind.
yeah. And RJ Tremblay just came through. Just came through in that second position. So RJ Tremblay, oh, there we go. His transponder didn't click, but there we go. He had a 2-minute. So I'm really shocked at the difference in time here. 14 seconds between 1 and 2.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
All right, we are finishing up the Youth 1K and the 800 heat race this morning here at Mid-America for round 6 of the Side-by-Side Championship Series. If you're out here, make sure you go stick by the pool and go see the concession stands, or go up and see the crew up there in the steakhouse at the Legend Steakhouse.
I had a ribeye 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Oh, their food is amazing here. It's absolutely amazing here. I have no complaints.
You want to stand over here because you feel that cool breeze?
I feel it. I'm just having to switch from my rain boots to my tennis shoes because I had my rain boots on because of the moisture this morning.
So we got 3 more races remaining this afternoon. Actually, it's still morning, isn't it? No?
I don't even know what time it is.
It's afternoon. It's just before 1 o'clock, I think.
We have 3. Yeah, we have 3. So next up is going to be the women's turbo class.
In fact, let's do the lineup real quick. 7 cars make the call. Here's our lineup. On the pole, the 519 of Jennifer Mayo. Starting alongside Jennifer will be Haley Boodle. In the number 10, starting next to that, will be in the third spot, the number 12 of Lacey Tewksbury, who is our current points leader.
By 1 point.
Crystal Rowden will start fourth in the 88 in the Can-Am. Kendra Hoop will start fifth in the Can-Am in the 917. Marissa Smith, also Can-Am in the 14. And starting seventh in the number 6, Morgan Vanover in the Can-Am. So we're getting ready for
Morgan Vanover. That's the car that was pulling off earlier in the other amateur turbo class. I'm wondering if there was an issue with the car. So we'll see if Morgan actually starts. But remember, if we had Dave up here, and he was saying that Haley is going to be in her brother's car because she injured her car earlier on in the practice this morning.
So Melissa Helms checks in. Way to go, Blake. 2 first places today. Good luck tomorrow. Dennis Simmons checks in. Go, Blake. We are watching again. Den and Nana from Huntsville, Texas. Dennis now says, way to drive, Blake. And Lacey Tewksbury goes, let's go, Aliana and Kendra.
That was earlier because they were racing earlier.
Oh. Obviously.
I know.
I still
because
like
Lacey,
to call them out.
What's awesome is Lacey's back in her pit watching this. But, yeah, she's getting ready. She's in her race car right now.
I still got to call them out.
I know. It's awesome. Yeah. I know. I'm just saying it's awesome that they're back at their pits watching and cheering on their other lady drivers. And it is definitely warming up out here. And there goes the green flag. Let's see who's going to get that whole shot. And it looks like Kendra Hoop is already out front. She is only 1 point behind the leaders or for the championship. So Kendra Hoop is out front. Aliana Baker is in that second position. And I believe that was Lacey Tewksbury that is in that third position. She is our current points leader by that 1 point. Not sure what happened to Kendra Hoop, but she is already back in fourth position. Oh, now she's back in third. There's a lot of swip swapping going around already, as you can see on screen.
Oh, and we got dust. For the first time, or one of the first times today, we got a fair amount of dust, but it's nice to see, actually. But we have enough breeze to be blowing it off with the race course so everyone can see just fine, not a problem.
Breeze is the key for sure, and we need it because it's also very warm outside. Huh?
And it's a cool breeze, too.
Yeah, it is a cool breeze. Except I'm half in the sun, so the cool it feels really good.
I can scoot over here.
Nope, it's totally fine. Camera's set up for us to be where we're at.
You can scoot over closer to me. I don't bite.
So Lacey Tewksbury, Kendra Hoop, Marissa Smith, Haley Boodle, Jen Mayo. I did not see Crystal Rowden or Morgan Vanover take that green flag. So we do, or they did, and their transponders just did not quite register yet. That could be what happened.
Man, Lacey's just laying it down right now.
That is Aliana Baker out there in front. Kendra Hoop running in that second position, and Kendra just launched off that race line jump.
Is that Lacey running up front?
No, it's Aliana Baker's out front, and then Kendra Hoop, the 88 of Crystal Rowden. So Lacey, I believe Aliana Baker has been running for Lacey Tewksbury. That could be what's going on. Lacey, or because I don't see Aliana's name in this class.
Yeah, timing and scoring is kind of messing with us right now a little bit.
Or Lacey's running in Aliana's car. That's what it would be.
But who's ever behind the wheel, number 12? That's Lacey is in Aliana's car.
And if you at home know, or if somebody right here wants to come give us an insight.
Well, you know what? I can make it real easy. Lacey's the one that checked in, cheering on Aliana and Kendra.
Huh.
She can't do it from the car. Well, I suppose she could, but yeah. So, Lacey, if you're still listening, fill us in what the heck's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, we were just informed by some powerful officials.
No Facebooking and driving.
No, yeah. Do not Facebook and drive.
So that's what Aliana has been her fill-in driver. It's kind of, I believe. I can't confirm that, but I was going to stop by and talk to Aliana because she is a points leader in one of our classes, and so I need to go chat with her.
Austin Dinger just checks in and goes, Lacey and Aliana are
our
a team.
Okay.
Lacey is not at this race. Her teammate is driving this weekend.
Thank you, Austin. Yes. Okay, so I remember overhearing somebody say that.
This is like the third round?
You have to, as a teammate.
Yeah, but is this the third round that she's driven?
I don't know. But as a teammate, you have to run 3 rounds. If you've used your team member, they have to run 3 rounds. So that is Aliana Baker in her own car running for Lacey Tewksbury. Because Lacey Tewksbury is #1 in points in this class by 1 point. Kendra Hoop literally is 1 point behind Lacey Tewksbury in the points.
Well,
for the women's turbo class.
So our points leader is running up front with the second place in points running in second.
So sorry for that confusion, guys. And I was going to make it by their pit yesterday. If I would have done that, I would have known that. So I apologize.
That's a nice looking car, man.
Yes, that hot pink definitely stands out. We have Jen Mayo out there, Haley Boodle, Lacey Tewksbury, which is Aliana Baker, Crystal Rowden, Kendra Hoop, Marisa Smith, and Morgan Vanover. Morgan did not take the green flag, though, so I'm guessing what happened because they, off the start earlier, I saw them towing Morgan off in the other class. So Aliana still running out front. Kendra Hoop trying to close that gap.
I kind of think that Aliana's a little quicker on the turns, the tight areas of the race course, on the long straightaways.
But you can see Kendra Hoop's closing the gap right there.
At the end of the straightaway, yeah.
Yeah. But they will be getting the white flag this time around.
Watch how that's going to change, though, through this tight area on this side of the course.
Everybody has their strong suits in racing. What they're better at than their competitor.
Or how the car is set up.
Or how the car is set up. But Kendra has definitely closed the gap. They are less than a second gap. So it's a 0.806 of a gap between Lacey and Kendra on that last lap coming through. And Kendra Hoop is one of our Mid-America ambassadors. But yeah, nice little chat with them yesterday on screen. Aliana keeping that lead, trying to make that gap a little bit bigger, but Kendra's doing what she can to try to close that gap. So you can see her drift that corner.
Now the gap is stretched back out again because what it was right here in front of us as they crossed the finish line was what you said, 7/10 of a second, I think it was. Now
8. Yeah.
Now it's more than doubled, tripled even of what it was right here in front of us.
And this is where seat time, track time, that's when it all comes into play. They're at that farthest point of the racetrack, which is basically halfway through the race back there at the farthest point of the racetrack. Those drones are so awesome how they can get so close to the cars and they zoom right past them.
Yeah, now what once was, like you said, a 0.7 or 0.8 second gap to second, now is 1.9 on the last loop.
Yes, those timing loops, like you were saying earlier, there are 4 different sectors on the track where they go through the timing loops. And there's a gap getting close just a little bit by Kendra Hoop. And they will be getting the the checkered flag. Look at Kendra on screen,
Yep.
just trying to get as much as she can past Lacey, or not Lacey, past Aliana. And they just got the checkered flag, so Aliana Baker in that number 1 position. Kendra Hoop in number 2.
Maintains the points lead, overall points lead, I should
Yep,
say.
and Haley Boodle just now came through in that 3rd position in the number 10 in her brother's car. And Marissa Smith should be coming through here shortly.
Got,
And Jen Mayo, that is her on screen right there.
one car's coming across the line now, or is about to, and then there's 2
Oh,
more on course.
that's the 14 of Marissa Smith right there. That just crossed the finish line. And Jen Mayo's going through the Ultimax Spillway right now. She'll be coming through and getting that checkered flag. So Jen Mayo and Crystal Rowden still out on race course, and that will be the complete of the women's turbo class. Race
And
number
guess who
13.
checks in? Lacey.
Hi,
Great
Lacey.
job, ladies. She goes.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the confusion. I thought you were here. I'm not sure what was going on, but now we know. And I believe her husband's racing up at Crandon.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure he's up because he's racing the Champ Series.
Maybe that's where she's at.
So next up, we are going to have the Pro NA class. This is the Pros are coming up.
2 more races to
14
go.
and 15. In the Pro NA class, we should have 12 cars take that green flag. We have in the number 17 current points leader, Mr. Colin Truitt in number 1 position. Number 21, Kanan Baker in 2nd. The 99 of Kyler Holcomb in that 3rd. The number 10 of Jeb Boodle in 4th. 93 of Jacob Giesendorf in that number 5 position. 6th position, the 95 of Eddie Enzyme. The 7th position, the 717 of Ray Barnes. 8th position, 955 of Brock Larson. The 9th position, the 945 of Gage Hughes. The 10th position, the 93 of Corey Willis. 11th, number 75 of Cross Kirchmeyer. The 12th position, the number 15 of Connor Wood. All right, you guys, this is going to be the beginning of the pro classes. This is when you see people coming all over here and
The hill literally
filling the
will fill up,
hills.
yeah.
Filling the hills. So it sounds like we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Upgrading. It's what we do. So upgrading is what we did. Introducing the IQ equipment lineup powered by HMF. Designed for the most adventurous side-by-sides in the world, IQ equipment has the strength to tackle the off-road head-on. Bolt-on American-manufactured steel, engineered to increase strength, durability, and protection, so you're equipped to handle the most extreme performance. When you're ripping through the desert at full throttle, or tearing through some of the most brutal terrain in the world, you're going to need equipment that keeps you moving at a high level. Because when you have the performance and you have the protection, you then have the confidence to actively pursue your passions just as freedom was intended to be. HMF, equipped to perform.
Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we're here at Mid-America Outdoors. It's round 6. Yeah, round 6 of the Mid-America Outdoors side-by-side championship series. Pam Hall, myself, Scott Rain, getting ready for our next race, which is what, Pam?
It is our Pro NA class. Right before we took a commercial break, I went through the lineup. But, oh, you know what? It wasn't Jeb Boodle is racing his sister's car. And she was in the last race. I was totally confused. See, I'm glad I wrote this note right here.
So it's the same car then?
Same car. So
just
Jeb is racing in Haley's car. It's happening a lot today.
Yeah.
You know,
is it because they practiced this morning in all that mud, or?
No, I just, you know, things happen. It's racing. Racing's racing. So even though this course is a short course, it's not an easy course. I mean, it's brutal. The turns have rocks in them. Anything can happen. Well, you know, go out, driver error. You know, flop it on the side or roll it like we saw earlier. We saw Will Harris roll his car, got back righted, kept going, but then ended up losing his right-left tire. So things happen, but it's good that there are people that can share cars and race them. But then that's where it kind of gets a little sketchy, because if you're sharing your car with somebody like Chad Mayo is sharing his car, but he's running first in points in the class, if something happens to it, you know, while it's being borrowed, then that compromises his points lead.
Well, green flag is out. We're underway. Coming to turn 1, headed up the hill.
It looks like Colin Truitt has that first position right now. Let's see if he can hang on to it and get that hole shot.
And it looks like he just did as they crossed the HMF hole shot line.
So that is Colin Truitt and Jeb Boodle. Oh, Kyler Holcomb is who that is.
Wow, jumping up real quick. Already a 7 or 8 car lead.
Oh!
And he's up on his side. So how do you on his side, pirouetted onto his nose, back onto his wheels. He'll fall back. He'll lose. Oh, he's in the back of the field right now.
But he is the current points leader in this class for the Pro NA, so good thing he's back moving. Hopefully he didn't harm anything too much in his car just now. But that right there goes to show you how hard they're pushing to stay out front.
And the second wave just took off. And one other car up on its side. Was able to save it, but he was beyond halfway. And then he'll fall all the way back to the 5th spot.
And on screen, that's Kanan Baker in the back of the pack right there.
Kanan, well, I'll let you know, that sounds like, I think Joey Chitwood car shows hiring. After that, I think they'd have no problem.
Do what?
Joey Chitwood stunt shows.
Oh, I was not even listening to what you said.
I'm kidding.
Oh, and Kanan Baker just stopped on race course. You can see him there on screen right before he goes into the right-hand turn, but he just got back moving again. Seems like a lot of people are having to stop and like restart their car or reset. What can happen is they can lose their power steering, and you have to turn your car off and back on to get it back going again. Right there on that race line jump, you can see our top 4 guys go through there, and that is Jeb Boodle right there on screen in that number 1 position.
As I hit that left-hand turn.
I'm sorry, that was not Jeb Boodle. It's Kyler Holcomb.
Man, we're getting a little bit more dust at the top of the hill.
And that is Corey Willis in that number 2 position. And Ray Barnes in that 3rd position. There's Colin Truitt has already taken back over his spot from the 945 or 955 of Brock Loss or Gage Hughes. I'm sorry.
So he won't be able to get a true, accurate lap time on lap number 1 as he spent part of that time up on his lid. So on lap number, when they clean lap number 2, we'll get a accurate lap time. See where these guys are at.
All right, on screen we got that battle going on. That is Corey Willis right there in that second position. That first position, I believe, is at 99 of Kyler Holcomb. And our current points leader, let's see if Mr. Colin Truitt can make up some time and get back up there with those guys.
He's back into third already?
He's in fourth position right now.
So our leaders are crossing the finish line, putting in another lap. Let's see if we can get some lap times. I can see a 159, 159, 206, 2 flat.
So Corey Willis is running in that second position right there. He came through second right behind Kyler Holcomb. And on screen, you can see Corey Willis right there behind Kyler. And that's a 717 right there on screen of Ray Barnes.
Whoa, big time rollover all the way down the hill.
And that's Colin Truitt again.
Truitt almost, shoot, I want to say from that first tree at the top of the hill all the way down to the bottom of the hill.
Did he catch it?
Barrel roll, it wasn't even a barrel. It went from front tires to back tire, front tires to back tire. Just a huge, huge rollover.
I did not see it happen.
It was not that fast. It wasn't like a sprint car rollover, but it just kept going and going and going, just because the incline or the decline, I guess, of the hill.
Well, yeah,
kept
downhill momentum. That's unfortunate because he is the current points leader, and they just went by Kanan Baker is sitting on the side of the racetrack as well. And he's up there in points as well.
So the track crew was there almost instantaneously. As soon as he came to a stop, the track crew was right there.
Well, that is a spot right there where a lot of them are sitting. Hopefully everything will be okay. I know he has problems with his shoulder, and on the off season, he's going to have that repaired. But right there on screen right now, that is the 99 of Kyler Holcomb. And that number 1 position. And in number 2 is still the number 93 of Corey Willis. 777 in that third position, or 717 of Ray Barnes on screen.
So there's going to be a yellow flag going up the hill and a yellow flag coming down because
you have to because you're right in the middle.
Lanes are so close.
And that's happened quite a few times today. And on screen right there again is Kyler Holcomb. He's going through by where the yellow flag is. You have to go up over the Talladega turn.
So they're doing exactly what they need to do, 12 to 15 miles an hour, no passing, and now get back on it once they come off that little bit of a jump or that little lip into that right-hand turn.
Safety crew doing their job, making sure everything's all good with Mr. Colin Truitt, our current points leader, and right there on screen is the 945 of Gage Hughes, getting ready to go up over that Talladega turn. And on screen again, Kyler Holcomb and Corey Willis. All right. What do we have going on here? There we are on screen. Kyler Holcomb, Corey Willis. Corey Willis is closing that gap. That is the right-hand turn right before the finish line. They will be getting the white flag this time around. They are doing 5 laps. So the pro classes do 5 laps in the heat races.
Yeah, this is going to be a heck of a battle as long as nothing goes on.
Well, they have to go through that yellow flag section, too.
There's that.
The caution.
Oh, our leader up on 2 wheels. He'll lose it too. Yeah.
Oh.
He'll lose the spot. He'll fall back to second. And now there can be no passing. Oh, yeah, there's a big-time block coming up to that first yellow flag. No doubt about it. But
they're technically right now in a caution.
Yeah, I wish I was seeing slower cars through that caution. But now
the race is on.
It is balls out, man. Right now, these guys are on it. In fact, they'll pull up alongside. They're going side by side to the rhythm section, going into that next turn to that left-hander.
We got a battle going on there in the 4th and 5th position, too, which is Gage Hughes and Eddie Ensign, I believe.
Wow, that was an unbelievable
Boodle,
save. That was a heck of a save by what is now our second-place car. But here they go into that right-hand turn, that long back straightaway.
And a 93.
There's going to be at least one more attempt for a pass. I can see it coming right now. Will it be one of those famous things we know about, outside entrance, inside exit kind of moves? Down that straightaway.
So Corey Willis in the number 93 is in that number 1 position on race course.
It looks like Corey knows it's coming, so he's protecting it inside. In fact, I don't think our second place car is close enough to even make an attempt for a pass. Up over the race line, jump. Nope, probably 5 car separation.
Kyler Holcomb in that number 2 position.
And this should be the checker flag right here. Wow, our drones were right on top of it. That's actually Jacob Giesendorf, not Corey Willis. So Jacob will Yeah, Jacob will take the win. That is him. No, it is. Come here.
It is?
Yes. So we've got quite a few different replacement drivers this afternoon. So I'm telling you what, for the fans that are watching us at home, Lacey, thank you for the updates. Austin, thank you for the updates. Brennan Brown, thank you so much.
Okay, so Corey Willis is normally in the PPI EI car, so that's why I was thinking that was Corey. So that's
Which is fine.
Completely confused.
That's fine. But we got fans that are keeping us updated to what's going on, so it's no big deal. But again, thank you to the people who are watching us at home and keeping us updated. Basically slapping our hand via the internet.
So it is, what does it say on there?
Jacob takes the win.
No, Corey's brother and teammate. Brennan Brown. So next up, so that's the Pro NA class. So we still have Colin Truitt over there. His car looks like it's going to be taken off by a skid steer. Hopefully all is okay. I'll have to get some update from his mom.
Yeah, that thing just kept, and it wasn't a barrel roll, door over door over door. It was a pirouette, nose, tail kind of thing. It's like you're looking at the roof as it was going down the hill the whole time. So our last race of the afternoon coming up are Pro Turbos. Pro Turbos, here's our lineup of the big boys. Starting on the front row, pole position, Scott Champion. Our current points leader in the 184 alongside of Scott will be Jeb Boodle in the 41 in a Yamaha. Cody Martin will start third in the 15 in a Can-Am. Zach Beavers will start alongside him in the 38, also a Can-Am. Alan Corbin in the 84 will start in that 5th spot. 6 will be Corey Willis in the Can-Am in the 17th,
okay,
starting
there we go.
6th. I'm not sure if Cash
Cash
is here.
is not here. No,
That's what I thought.
haven't seen him, unfortunately.
I think he's being taught a lesson of sorts.
I don't know. I just know he's not here, unfortunately.
So he won't make the call. Starting next will be Kanan Baker in the K&M in the 21. Austin Vanover in the number 2 K&M. Zach Smith will start 10th. In the in the 8th spot in the 221. Jordan Berza, 44, will start next in the Polaris. Cross Kirschmeyer will start next in the Honda in the 10th spot. And Jeff Hughes will be in the 45 in a Yamaha. That, again, is Pro Turbo, our last race of the afternoon here on the short course. But not
for our heat races. So exciting.
Well, period. Period
for today.
For short course. But there's more racing going on today.
Oh, yes, definitely. We got the Mud Nasty going on and the pit bike racing. And Scott Champion, who's out on course, getting ready to go out on course, he's been a big part of the pit bike races. He's kind of taken over that track up there. They were up there working on it. If you follow his social media, it was quite comical the other day when he was up there before the rain happened. He ended up getting off of, I can't remember what equipment he was using, and it literally looked like somebody just dumped dirt on him. He was completely covered in dust. It was quite comical, but yeah. So points leader out there. This is a brand new car to him. This is his first race on his car that he has out here this weekend, and he was trying to do some practicing, this morning and everything in it, like everybody else. And hopefully, I haven't got to talk to him since yesterday, but hopefully he's having fun in that car because it's new to him. Hadn't hardly even driven it until today.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy time of year to be starting or restarting.
Yeah.
Kind of the series.
It's brand new. He owns the car. It's his car. He was running with the team, but he has now his own vehicle to take care of, and we'll see if he holds on to that lead and does well in it, because he's definitely quite the competitor out there. Coming from 2 wheels, Supercross, and coming into 4 wheels, he literally just started racing side-by-sides last year. So last year he ended up second in points here. He was tied for first, but the way it works out, he ended up second overall in points last year in standings. So, and this year he's leading it.
Typical pros. Nobody's ready. Only one car. They're going to wait for us.
I wonder who that is. That's Scotty.
Yeah.
That is Scotty Champion right there on screen.
Ain't that one of the prettiest starting lines you're going to see anywhere?
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love what they did with that, Gus and his team, and then wrapping it like they did with all of the MAO Racing and Mid-America Outdoors logos.
There's one place that probably has a little bit different staging area than I've seen anywhere else. And that's ERX Motor Park up in Minneapolis.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Minneapolis. The staging is down a dirt road, just barely 2 cars wide. But you'll notice in some pictures, while you're in staging, you got like 1 or 2 races ahead of you. So the guys in the cruisers hanging out, leaning on the sides of their race trucks. Well, what they're looking at, one time there's a picture where everyone's looking down. All the race trucks are all looking down. It's a trout stream right alongside the staging line.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's hot. It's heating up out here. The fog went away.
It's not too bad right here as long as you're in the shade.
This is going to be a great race. You can see people showing up, covering the hills over here. We got some more racers showing up there, finally up there on screen. So if I would have thought about it, Corey Willis is in a Can-Am. He's in this class. That was a Honda out there. What was I thinking? I don't know.
I think you just like to talk.
No. I just was going by the logos on the car. It's going to be a great race out there. And while the lineup is getting taken care of over there, we're going to cut to a quick commercial here shortly. But we have the Mud Nasty going on later. The crew's up there working on that, getting it all ready. And then we also have the pit bike racing. But we're going to cut to a commercial here for just a moment and take care of some of our sponsors. So we'll be back right after this.
ready for any challenge. Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
No matter how hard we tried, we just couldn't get longer life out of our belts. That's why we were so excited when we found these new Gates Redline belts. They have a super simple 3-step process for breaking in your belt the right way. Clean the sheaths with a Scotch-Brite pad. Remove any old belt residue, glazing, oil, or debris on the clutch sheath area with alcohol or acetone, and make sure the breather tubes are free of any old belt material. Step 2, install your new Gates Redline belt. Step 3, perform 2 10 to 15 minute heat cycles, giving it easy throttle on flat ground. Then, you're going to repeat for the second heat cycle.
The best part, the process is so simple and easy, it really helped us with our competitiveness.
Yep.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're getting ready for the last race of the afternoon. It is Pro Turbo, the bad boys of short course racing in the UTV world. Pam, this is what everybody's kind of been waiting for. When we talk about Pro 4s on short course, everyone's got to see that. We talk about UTVs on short course. Pro Turbos are the bad boys.
Definitely, and this is a large class. There's 13 of them that'll be out on race course The big boys. We have some of our guys that are actually not here this weekend because they have other obligations to Crandon. So we have some that are not here, but they have taken that green flag and off the line.
Again, this is 2 waves. This is a heat race. This is the main event. So this is for pole position. This is for starting position for tomorrow's main event.
Yes, and Scotty Champion just had that whole shot. That is Cody Martin in that second position. The 84 of Alan Corbin. Jordan Berza.
Wow, Cody Martin up on 2 wheels, but only like a foot and a half off the ground on that right side. It just carried a perfect slide all the way around.
And it's going to be quite a battle between the 1, 2, and 3 right there. Scott Champion, Cody Martin, and Alan Corbin. All 3 in Can-Ams. We will have a second wave going off here, like you said, in just a minute. But on course right now, we have Scott Champion, Cody Martin, Alan Corbin, Jordan Berza, Jeff Hughes, and we can hear in the background the motors of Wave 2, which will have Kanan Baker, Austin Vanover, Jed Boodle,
wow.
Zach Beavers.
Pam, this is amazing, the speed that Can-Am's carried up the hill into that left-hand turn.
And that's Beavers that got the whole shot in this second round here, and that is Kanan Baker in second position.
I think Kanan Baker's car is my favorite look right now. I love that low profile, almost stealth.
Got Jeb Boodle in that third
fighter
position.
jet kind of look. That is so neat.
All right, let's see how this all pans out here
today. Martin is screaming down that back straightaway, up over that tabletop jump. I got to tell you, Pam, I think over the last probably 3 or 4 rounds that Martin has been the he may not have won everything in sight, but he's always right there in the top spot. He's been bitten by a bug here and there.
Yes.
But I really think that car and that driver, Cody Martin, have been probably the fastest on the race course at any given time.
Yes, and that is him on screen going by where the kids spotters usually stand, and that's Scotty Champion right behind him. And on screen doing that jump just now was Alan Corbin, the number 84. We have Jordan Berza, the number 44. That's just now taking that hairpin turn right where the whole shot is. So that is Zach Beavers on screen. Kanan Baker in that second position in the second wave. There's Corey Willis right there on screen, making a pass for that third position of the second wave of cars.
Let's see if he can pull it off. Up over the race line jump.
Running neck and neck.
The right-hand turn aimed at the finish line. Still hasn't completed the pass.
And that is the 41 of Jeb Boodle. That is battling it out right there.
Well, there has been some separation, but it happened off camera. So until we see them come down in front of us.
So fastest lap of the day that I have seen so far has been thrown down by Cody Martin at a 1:54.336.
Oh boy. Yeah, wow.
It'll be interesting to see if he.
How about those drones, man? Almost
that's
three wide.
Kanan Baker, Jeb Boodle, and Corey Willis right there, battling it out through the Talladega turn.
This is right now 1, 2, 3, and 4, all on camera.
That's the second wave of cars. So again, that is Zach Beavers. Kanan Baker just got passed by Corey Willis.
And that was clean. Wow.
And then Jeb Boodle right there in that fourth position behind them. And on screen there, that was Scotty Champion. Look at that drift around that corner that Zach Beavers was just now throwing down. The 41 of Jeb Boodle right there. He's in a Yamaha. Awesome drone footage right there of Jeb Boodle right behind Kanan Baker. They're back on the backside of the Ultimax Spillway. They just went over that 80-foot tabletop jump. They'll get ready to come through the start-finish line here in just a moment. They will be doing 5 laps for their Pro Turbo class here at round 6 of the side-by-side championship series. That's the race line jump right there that they just went over. Right there, Corey Willis on screen, number 17.
The first wave of cars that came up for the
Martin.
heat race or took the green flag have really gapped between each other, first, second, and third. Meanwhile, the second wave is a whole different story.
They're all running close.
Oh, boy.
And there we are again with Zach Beavers and Corey Willis on screen. The drone footage is amazing. Following them through, that is the right-hand turn that they're going to now go up onto the Talladega turn. And there's Kanan Baker, Jeb Boodle. They're kind of gapping between those two. So there's Corey Willis and
Yeah,
Zach
they fall
Beavers.
back about 15 car lengths or so from the battle in front of them. But so you still have two groups of two-car battles going on.
And that on screen right there, Scotty Champion going through that back section here over the tabletop jumps. He's no stranger to racing, but still new to this. I would say 2 years in. He's still new to the side-by-side, but he does not look like it. You know, leading the points last year, getting second place in points.
Tell you, Martin, what was his last lap time?
His fastest lap has been a 1:54.336. No one has beat that
So
yet.
that's on lap 1, yeah, okay, opening lap.
So on screen, that was Jeb Boodle and Kanan Baker. Looks like Jeb got around Kanan at some point. There's a nice overview of the race course. And there we are with Jeb and Kanan again. Awesome to see how far they launch over. On screen right there is Cody Martin. He is leading the race of the first wave. He has the fastest lap time so far of the race. So Scotty Champion, our points leader, is running in second position right now on not overall, but on physical race course. But look at that battle going on right there.
That's all.
Zach Beavers got passed, I believe, by Corey Willis. I can't quite tell, but I believe that he just got passed when we were not seeing him on screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
They just went through the Talladega turn. And there we are with Mr. Cody Martin again right there on screen, launching over those jumps. The backside where the Ultimax Spillway is.
He's heading towards the race line wheels.
Look at the battle
tabletop.
going on screen right now into the whoop section.
Let's see what Cody's lap time is this time around.
That's Corey Willis right there. Zach Beavers almost got up on two wheels. Going through that little step-up section on the backside of the race course.
Well, Cody's about a second and a half off his fast lap, so right now he's going just as fast as he needs to maintain that spot. No point going any harder than that.
Exactly. Why push it when you already got it?
I mean, what's the gap back to second? 7.5, almost 8 seconds.
They have on their last lap. They've had the
10
white
seconds.
flag. So they'll be finishing up here in just a moment. And here we are. Let's see. I believe there's Corey Willis, Zach Beavers right there. Cody Martin should be coming through, getting that checkered flag here in just a minute. But on screen, there is Corey Willis and Zach Beavers battling it out. Corey Willis is running in 5th position. Zach Beavers is in 6th.
Almost a full straightaway. Yeah, exactly a full straightaway. As they go into that backstretch of the rhythm section, Cody Martin's got a full-length straightaway lead over Scott.
Cody Martin will be getting that checkered flag soon.
You got about a half a lap to go yet.
There he is on screen there, coming around. He'll be going on the backside of the race course, going through the 80-foot tabletop jump.
Yeah, that car looks so nice flying through the air.
See, he takes the inside line on that off-camber left-hand turn on the backside of the race course.
Wow. 10, 12 feet in the air off that first tabletop. Now coming to the 80-footer. Lifts it a little bit. Yeah, why push it?
And there on screen, Mr. Scotty Champion trying to make up some ground. But, you know, they have a long day tomorrow of racing. So keep what you got right now. Get your picks. Tomorrow's a new day.
One more turn for our leader. Aimed at the finish line. Here comes Cody Martin to score a win, put it under his belt, and he'll have the best starting spot for tomorrow, or the one he wants. Let's put it that way.
1:54.336 was the fastest lap of this race, and that was set by Mr. Cody Martin, the number 15. And on screen there's Scotty Champion getting that checkered flag. And there we are with Corey Willis and Zach Beavers. That's that off camber. They're about a half,
easily a half lap, yeah.
About a half a lap down from, but they were also in the second wave too. But you can see Zach Beavers is trying his best to catch up with Corey Willis. So we have Cody Martin number 1, Scott Champion number 2, Alan Corbin 3rd. In just a moment, Corey Willis will be coming through. As long as he just keeps turn by turn right here. He's going over that race line jump. As you can see, oh, and he just got a bicycle right there on the last turn before that checkered flag.
Wasn't really bad, but enough to make you pucker. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that was a oh no. And see, what did I just say too? As long as he can keep it good. And there we are. On screen right there.
Clyde, are we going live with
that is Jeff Hughes.
The bounty, or just at 3?
All right. Lots of stuff going on today. We got some fans back here.
Well, it was a great morning and early afternoon of racing.
You can see Kanan Baker's car
coming off on the
towed
hook.
off the course there.
But the day's not even near being done racing yet, Pam. As we're going to take a quick break. Come back at 3:00 Central Time with the Mud Bounty, and then followed immediately by what I like to call Nasty Mud, but it's actually called
Mud Nasty.
Mud Nasty. Because it's going to be bad. It's
going to be bad.
Not right.
And we're out here at Mid-America Outdoors for the birthday bash, the Labor Day weekend birthday bash. It's been a blast so far, and we're just getting started. I mean, because the rain delayed us yesterday, but we did have our opening band
I
last
think
night.
we learned a lot leading into tomorrow's main events. We learned a lot from what these guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Some are obviously kind of taking it easy, playing that points game, I think.
Yes.
Some guys are like, you know what, there's only 2 more to go after this. I got to start scoring some points.
Right.
So we saw a little bit of 2 things. And then on top of that, I think the story of the day is how the track changed.
Oh, it changed dramatically, I would say. I mean, it was muddy, nasty this morning, slippery, and it's already dry, and we're seeing dust out there. The mud puddle at the end of the whoop section was still there, but it wasn't anything like it was.
Yeah, it was
on the
probably
race
3-4 inches
morning.
deep first thing this morning.
Right.
But here's the thing. I can't help but think that some of the, at least the pro drivers, they'll put tires on the race cars according to what they think is right for that moment. They'll come up to staging and they'll watch the track, and at the last minute they'll make a decision, and they'll have another set of tires just in case right there, and do a quick swap right before they go right into the starting line. So I think we're going to see some pretty cool strategies played out tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome day tomorrow of racing. Like you're saying, the points thing, but we are getting to the end, so the ones that are close, like in the women's class, we have Kendra Hoop is only 1 point behind Lacey Tewksbury in points.
There's a lot of single-digit points races going on right now. Single digits, not 10, 11, 12. No, we're talking about single digits.
Right.
And in many cases, it's 1 or 2.
Exactly. But we have lots of racing, so you guys make sure at home you stay tuned because we do have the Mud Nasty.
Coming back at 3:00 with the Mud. Well, it's mud. What more can we say? It's going to be mud. It's going to be really, really muddy from this point on. Come back at 3:00. We're going all the way into probably up to 10:30 tonight.
It'll be
with all kinds of mud stuff. Mud Nasty coming up at 3:00. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of Pam Hall, myself, Scott Rain, the entire crew right here, what a production staff we've got. They really make us, well, kind of look good. At least better than we do normally. We'll see you at 3:00, everybody.